Okay, I'm back.
It's weird.
You're Chinny. Why do you answer the phone when it rings?
Look, Duke can attest to the fact that it rang for ages.
Answer you tell. I don't hear it when it rings.
No, it definitely doesn't ring, but you can see it's ringing in because you can see it on the
can't see it.
pictures.
Oh, for God's sake! Don't drag me into this. I don't even care. Are we ready to
I don't know. I don't care either. I don't
Chinny,
know.
are
What
you
you...
start?
Yep.
Stu, are you ready to start?
Of course, always ready. I was born ready.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Hello! Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Jimmy, and the fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie
Take
pick.
this.
Stu's
Oh, no.
time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors. It's the veteran
We
gamers.
want Chili Willy!
It's the
We
veteran
want
gamers.
Chili Willy!
It's the veteran gamers.
What else did you want to discuss?
Yeah, boy.
Are you seriously talking about video
Switch that
games?
console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Balls, 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 balls.
Hello and welcome to episode 444 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yeah, 444. We're coming at you with lots in store. I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
I would have accepted Raw. Coming
Yeah,
at you raw.
raw. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Give it to me, eh? Give it to me raw. Like the old bastard said.
And I'm Chinna.
Yeah.
Hey, Chinna.
Sure.
Oh.
Not Chinny.
Chinna.
Can I just tell you both something? Can I tell you both something?
Yeah.
It's coming home. Oh, yeah,
my
it is.
God. Please. I watched a football match this week.
Did you
Yeah.
watch it?
I
watched-
understand England is going into the World Cup now. Is that right?
They're
It's
playing.
coming home.
They're playing for a cup around the world or something like that. And I watched the England v Colombia game, and
Ooh, alright, okay.
I was so bored out of my mind because I said to Tara, well, "Shall we watch the football?" And she said, "Yes,
Football.
let's watch the football." And then we
'Cause it's a
watched the
big game. It's England playing, you know.
Colombia,
Colombia.
and then we watched
Colombia.
the football, and I was like, "Why do people watch football? It's boring."
Because it's so exciting. We have some audio from the World Cup match that you watched right here.
Halfback passes to the center. Back to the wing. Back to the center. Center holds it. Holds it. Holds it.
Simpsons does it again.
So the
That
thing is,
literally what
that's
Jimmy was
almost
thinking.
that's almost accurate. Apart from, and then the person who gets paid 80 grand a week pretends to fall over. And then
Yeah,
they
there's been
argue
a
with
lot
the
of that. There's been a lot of that.
then they argue with the ref for 5 minutes, and then they carry on. Everything's fine. So it's just so boring. I went to a friend of mine. I haven't seen my friend for 6 years.
Wowzers.
Right,
that's,
I know, and he only lives 20 minutes away. It's ridiculous.
That's really bad, Chinny.
And
You
he's
are
got
so
a 4-year-old girl that I've never met. And
You are a bad friend.
well, like he's pulled. Last time we arranged him, he cancelled it, so it's not my fault. Anyway, he said it's Darcy, his daughter's birthday, and they're having a bit of a barbecue. Do you want to come round? I went, yes. All right, and I went, okay. So I went round, and I saw him and everything. The England game was on, the one where they faced
Sweden,
right?
Sweden.
And you know, my mate Scott knew that I didn't care about football, even though he hadn't seen me for 6 years. He knew that I wasn't going to be caring about football. But they was all crowding around it, and they go, guys, forget, yeah, ref, you idiot. It's just like I was in the garden playing with the kids, you know. I was just like,
English burger, Swedish meatball.
yeah,
Brilliant.
No, not my thing, I'm afraid.
What you've got to understand is, though, in my household, Millie is football mad. I
Is she
mean,
really?
mad. Oh, mad on it. She's watched
Just paint her face.
She's watched every single game, not just England games, like every single
Yeah, but
game.
did she watch
And
football before the
Face-
World Cup?
It's been a bit weird. Since she left school, she's suddenly become a bit sports mad. Like when the French Open was on, she watched every single
Is
match.
it because she's got nothing to do and she's just watching TV?
I mean, that's partly the
I
problem.
think Millie needs to get off her arse and get a fucking job.
I know, I've tried that. I told her that.
Well, you need to lay down the law, dude.
And I'm like, you
Get,
left school
get
now.
your ass
Get
down
a
to
job.
fucking Starbucks or some shit and fucking
Yeah,
get a
really.
job where they treat you like shit, work there for 2 years and go, oh shit, I need to do something with my life, and realise that working for the man ain't no good. So then you figure out I believe that everybody should have a shitty job at least once in their life.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it hardens you up a bit. It makes you realise, oh my god, I do not want to do this forever.
Have I told you what my shittiest job was?
Oh, we don't
My
have time right
favorite
now. We gotta move on to the
It's
next.
story time. Story
Go
time.
ahead. What was your shitty job?
My shittiest job was when I first left school and I was waiting to start college, and I went to work on the local milk farm.
Oh yeah.
And I literally, right, my job for 3 hours, it was only 3 hours a day, right, but it was soul destroying. And for 3 hours a day, all I did was put bottles on a conveyor belt. And that was it. That was the
wasn't a
job.
cow, it was a bull.
It was awful. The only perk was you got a free bottle of milk every day. But
Oh, snap.
exactly. Exactly. But, and I got paid to do it. I got paid.
You hit the
Well,
jack for that.
But
Yeah.
my God, it was boring. You
But
know when something's so boring?
I think Millie's now.
Yeah, I
she's
have
got to get a.
experience like every week.
Did you have a crappy job, Duke?
Yeah, I had one at a restaurant, quote unquote, called Checkers. It's
Yeah.
like if McDonald's didn't have a dining area. That's what Checkers
Right, okay. So it was like a takeaway place, but no actual place to
just drive
eat.
through. They had little tables out front, but nobody ever ate there. It was just drive through, and it was
Right.
this tiny, squalid, steaming hot, oily nightmare. And I, again, like Stu, I only worked there for the lunch shift one summer, but god damn, it sucked.
Tara, we're talking about first terrible jobs because Millie's sitting on her ass watching sport all day.
Yeah, doing
Alright,
nothing.
doing
lazy.
football. So I
Guts to
said
put
she's
it
got
down
to. Everybody once in their life got to have a shitty job.
Yeah,
What was your shitty job?
RBS.
Which was like not that long ago. Yeah.
Longest ever
Yeah,
job.
but you worked in like a supermarket for a bit, didn't you? But you loved that.
Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, you loved that. She did like
Why?
working.
Yeah.
And why?
Yeah, you see-
Duke said why.
I think the people that I worked with,
Yeah.
and some of the customers as well, you just build relationships with them. And you say,
Yeah.
oh, how are you this week?
All
What's
the
going
oldies,
on?"
the oldies
Yeah.
that have come in.
Ah, the oldies are
Yeah.
lovely now, aren't they? You know.
And,
Yeah.
Wait,
um,
you worked at
just the
Aldi's?
people that I worked with, really.
Yeah.
And it was-
Okay.
Can you help me count up my
So
money,
Tara
love? How
likes-
much is that?
Tara liked a first sort of shitty job. She liked that.
So what Tara's saying is she likes old people who smell of piss.
Stu says, so you like old people that smell of piss?
They didn't smell of piss.
No, they didn't
If I
smell.
worked in Bilston.
Did
This
he
to
smell of?
Bilston.
Did he smell of mothballs?
Okay, I'm going to end this conversation now because you're just asking her, did they smell of this? This didn't smell of this. Thank you, Tara, for
What
your
did
input.
they smell of?
You are free to go.
Thank you, 'cause Love Island.
Okay. Oh yeah, Love Island's on, so she's got to go.
Oh no, yeah, that's the other obsession in this household at the moment.
Millie needs to get the fuck off her ass and start fucking doing some shit, man. What
Love
does she want to
Island
do?
and football. Watch Love Island and football.
Well, there's
You're
no
not-
career in that.
I
Yeah.
know. Well, there is if you're on Gogglebox.
Is that a dream? Is
That
it?
really? How
Yeah.
many people who try to do that for a living end up making a living with that for more than a year?
They don't make a living from that. They make a living after that. Is what
That
tends
Geordie
to
girl did all right, didn't
happen. Yeah. Some of them do.
But is it sustainable, or does that last 2 years and then fizzle out and go away?
You don't actually get paid to do Gogglebox. You just get expenses. So you get like food and stuff, and that's it.
What do you need food for?
You're
I don't
presumably
know.
building a personal brand. which
You're
you
at home. It's the easiest piece of work.
I know you get paid for your food and your time, and that's it. But they don't actually pay
they-
your wages as such.
No.
But presumably you're building a
expensive.
brand that you can then use to cash in somehow.
Correct. That's what people who've done all right from it have cashed in after they've
But what
left
do you
the show.
do? Like, is that sustainable? Does that last you for more than a year?
It
Well,
depends on the person, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
Geordie girl. God, what's she called? I can't
I
remember
don't know
what she's
what her
called.
name is, but she's doing all right.
Yeah, she does all right. She's been on she's friends with Anton Deck
Yeah,
and been
she's
on
the
Saturday Night Takeaway and
celebrity.
stuff.
This is the worst thing about life in the 21st century for me. Is that, well, I mean, the worst is we still have chronic hunger in a world of plenty, and
You have Donald Trump for
children
a
are being
president.
separated from their parents and the immigration prisons and whatever. But another horrible thing is because for all of our lives growing up, certainly people my age, we've had this dream that, well, I can be famous even if I don't have any talent. But we knew that was bullshit. But now it's a reality. There are a lot of people, there are some people at least, who become famous even though they have no skills. There's nothing interesting about them. And so more and more young people get this idea that, well, I can be famous even though I have no skills and there's nothing interesting about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's totally true. There's a I don't even know whether you can call him a celebrity, but there's a guy in this country called Joey Essex, and that kind of describes him to a T. Because
they're sad and pathetic.
He's totally thick, and his career seems to be pitched on the fact that he just comes up with weird and unusual new words.
Well, see, that could be entertaining at least.
Kind of, I
Word
guess.
for it.
I mean, that's what Beavis and Butthead was all about.
Here's a word, Duke. See if you can guess what it means. Right, this is a word he came up with.
Okay.
Wepskini.
Wepskini? Well, presumably it's some sort of bikini.
It is a bikini is involved in it. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what the rest of it is. If it's a wet thing.
No, he calls a girl who he thinks is really good looking a weapon. So if they're in a bikini, they become a wepskini.
Okay, I need to stop talking about Joey Essex.
Do you see what he did there?
I got a Steam Link.
Oh yeah.
Because
you did.
they were like-
Oh.
They were like $3 on the Steam sale, and I was
That's
like,
right.
I'll lose money. I might as well get one. See what all the hubbub is about. It turns out the hubbub is about a second between when you push a button and when it does the thing it's supposed to do on the screen.
See, I never had that. Are you using Wi-Fi though? Have you got it rigged?
I'm using Wi-Fi, and they say that it'll be better if I do use Ethernet. But
It does make
I
massive
should give it a try, I suppose. But I don't know if I care enough, because the point is, I don't know if I want to play Rocket League in the front room using the Steam Link, because I mean it might be fun to hang out in the chair and I can relax and have a little more distance between myself and the screen. That's probably healthier for my eyes. But it's a different dynamic, a different relationship to the ball. Like I realized when I was playing it, it wasn't just the delay between when I pushed the button and when the thing happened on the screen. It was also a psychological distance that affected my gameplay. And
Well, just because you were further from the screen.
Exactly. And when I scored a goal, which I eventually did, I type anything fun into the chat.
You
'Cause
fucking
all I had-
dicks.
Yeah.
That was the quick chat. What a save. I'm not doing that.
You see, here's the other thing though, Duke, right? Imagine, right, if your relationship, because you're closer to the screen, imagine it in VR.
No, I'm not going to imagine
I'm
that.
just saying, come on.
The best thing about the Steam Link, and the reason I'm really glad we got it, is because it can play any website streaming video that you want.
Correct, it can.
So
Oh, yes.
we used to have to pull the laptop into the front room when it was time to watch The Daily Show at the end of the day. Now we can just use the Steam Link.
Yeah, it's great for that. I must admit, I used it a lot for that app, that begins with a K.
Cody.
Well, I don't
It was-
that.
Yeah, Cody. It was very useful for that, gotta say.
So
Yeah.
anyway, that's it.
Yeah, because it basically streams your whole PC. It doesn't just stream Steam, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Streams your whole PC.
glad I got it. I expected it to be in a very small package, but of course the crazy thing is that for those who don't know, they send you like every power adapter on the planet. So you just pick the one that works for you. And I was just like, what am I supposed to do with these 7 other power adapters now? Nothing.
Well,
There you go. Throw them in the bin.
I bought a drone.
Really?
What, a personal drone or
Yeah.
a work drone?
No,
a personal
for
drone.
me, yeah.
You need a personal drone for?
Because
it's
you know,
fun.
fuck it. No, because I'm going to America.
Spying on people?
I'm going to America. I'm going to take it to America.
You're gonna take a drone to America? Can you just stick
Yeah.
it in your suitcase? That thing. Then?
Yeah.
What's this? It's a toy for my cousin.
No, it's a very very small drone. But it's
Like how
fucking
big?
it's fucking sick. It's a little bit bigger than a controller. Like it's fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's like it's sick.
Really?
It's class. It's fucking class. Let me get a
And I'm
video of
assuming
it.
it's got some sort of cool camera on it, then, has it?
Yeah, it's got a 4K camera on it and all
Oh,
that
it's
sort
a
of stuff.
drone. No
Of course it has.
But it has a few
4K, of
features.
course.
So, like, for example, there's people have probably heard of the Mavic Pro,
Yep.
and there's a Spark as well. So this is the Mavic Air, right? So the Mavic Air is tiny.
Is this the smallest one they make? Then I'm guessing.
This is the tiniest one they make. Actually, no, I think the Spark is the smallest one. But the good thing about the Air is it has sort of non-latency or low latency 4K footage, and it has a good stabilizer, and it folds away, which is
So it weighs nothing as well. I'm guessing it's very
yeah.
light.
It's like putting a controller in a little control holder and putting that in your suitcase. That's how big
So
it
you
is.
literally just stick it. Are you sticking it in the hand luggage? I wouldn't trust it in a suitcase with them baggage handlers. They chuck everything around.
It'd be
don't they?
fine. It'd be fine in one of those. It
Blanket or something.
Yeah, it'd be fine. So, yeah, I bought one. I looked at the rules to fly the thing in America,
America,
and this is
America.
why I love America. Like, you know, land of the free. They just go
There is none.
pay up, bitch. And that's all it is.
Yeah.
So you pay 15 quid, and then you there are no fly zones, so there's certain places you can't fly.
Yeah,
Well,
like
they
the
tell
White
people that,
House.
but you can actually fly anywhere you want. And this is an interesting tidbit. When you're in airport security, when they ask you, what is this? What are you planning to do with it? The most important thing that you should say to them is, stop asking questions!
Yeah.
Because then you're like, oh, this guy's for
Why
real.
can't I
Bother.
spy on Donald Trump? What is the matter with you?
Yeah. So, but yeah, you basically pay up, not much money, and then you just be wary of like no-fly zones. For example, Golden Gate Park is a no-fly zone, but the bridge is fine. So I don't know.
So where all are you going in America?
We're going Route 1, so we're gonna do
Coast.
yeah, we're gonna there's nice
See
places.
Greg's place.
Yes, I am going to see Greg.
Spend time. You're gonna make sure you see the important people.
Yeah, exactly. So, and the day that I see Greg is my birthday as well, by week.
Oh, cute as that.
So Greg's gonna come out and meet us and all that stuff, and yeah, it'll be good. But yeah, he's taking us to Golden Gate Park, which is like a nice park. But I'm not allowed to fly around there. But like when we drive down, I've been told that there's like nice places that you can just pull over, and just there's no one around. Just take the drone out, bam, you're done.
Cliff, look in the ocean. It's
Yeah,
gorgeous.
there's the Bixby Bridge as well, which is all good.
So what we're
yeah.
saying, listeners, is make sure you check back in February of 2023.
Yeah, you might see some footage from
Amazing
this
footage.
drone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it should be good.
When he's edited it all together finally.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, kudos to you, Chinny, for posting the EGX stuff.
Yeah, well done for getting it out so fast this year.
I know, yeah, record time I think this year.
My
Amazing.
favorite part was the I haven't finished watching it yet, so I don't know.
Yeah, no. See, even the people on our own show haven't watched the fucking video.
I've watched Friday.
Busy.
See, Stu hasn't either. This is how shit the video.
I watched Friday.
This is how shit the videos are. And this is how shit the friends they are. All right, they don't even watch.
Stu, where did you go?
Pardon, what? Sorry, eh?
Where did you go?
I went to Lake Garda. So I went to Garda in northern Italy.
Oh, okay.
And
Nice.
it was,
When I was
it was-
texting you, Stu, I forgot that you was still in Italy. I was like, don't
Yeah, but
text
it doesn't
me.
matter.
Like when you're in
Doesn't matter.
Italy, just fucking stop texting me, you idiot.
No, he's got to
It does it.
important.
Exactly. No, yeah, it was lovely. It was very, very hot though. Like
Yeah.
extremely hot.
Have you
Like
been to Lake
32.
Garda, Duke?
No, we went to Rome and Napoli and Maida, which is where the Duchess's family is originally from, and we went to Venice.
I love Venice.
Yeah, Venice.
Yeah.
And
No,
Chinny, you were in A&E last week. Chinny, did you get that thing removed from your butt? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just
The
thought
toy soldier does not go up your butt, Ginny. How many times?
Turns out it doesn't go up there. So
It doesn't fit properly sideways.
Yeah.
I had to break in the Mavic Air. You see, let's get some real.
Let's fill up my rectum.
So yeah, that was all. It was all fine. Yeah, all good. But we haven't been. Jesus Christ!
What were you trying to say? Something?
Jesus Christ! Can't wait, honey.
I don't mind telling you, we have guests coming over tonight, so I do need to get done with this
Well,
call.
I have got a little story from the holiday that I need to tell you about. It's only a quick one. It's only a very quick one.
Yeah, that means 10 minutes. Go ahead.
But on the Monday, we hired a boat. I hired a boat without Kay's knowledge.
Important distinction. I'm the one who hired.
Yeah, I hired a boat without Kay's knowledge. I let her in on it because obviously she's a bit funny about stuff she doesn't know about. So I let her in on it. And
pissing your money away on some dumb.
And we had it for 4 hours, so we had it for quite a while. So when I drove it out, it was all right because I've had lots of practice in GTA, so I knew exactly how to drive a boat.
Oh, so you stole a boat?
Yes,
that's bound to soothe any spouse.
I
Don't worry,
couldn't-
I've done this a lot in video games. Put
I
your
punched the man who was hiring the boats out. Like,
Take this
jumped on the boat.
AK-47.
Yeah, stole the boat. Anyway, we went across to this lovely place called Garda Island, and there's this lovely like private residence that's been there for a long time. And you could have got married there, Chinny. Do you know how much it would have cost just to get married there? So you're not allowed your reception. It's just literally for the ceremony.
Okay, go.
How much you reckon for a private island with a really nice house on it?
20 grand.
So close. 25,000 euros it was to have the ceremony on this island. Anyway.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We dropped the anchor next to there, so we mowed the boat up, do a bit of sunbathing, a bit of swimming in the lake and all this sort of stuff. What Kate didn't tell me was, right, she wanted to have a swim in a lake, but that she'd never jumped into water from anywhere before.
Oh,
She'd only ever
really?
got down a ladder, right? So
She's never dived into water from in like a swimming pool?
Nope, never dived, never jumped. Yeah, I didn't know this.
Never jumped?
Never jumped, right? So you
Into
assume
a swimming pool.
Did she break both her legs?
No, but anyway, that's what I'm getting to. So first of all, she was going to jump off the front of the boat, right? Which was like no ladder, no nothing. And obviously at this point, I wasn't aware of the no jumping thing, that she'd never done it. And it's only, it's not very high, but it's maybe 3 feet off the
I was
water.
gonna say, what's the big deal?
Well, you'd think, wouldn't you? Not a big deal. So then Kay decided to jump off the back because that was the safer option.
I'll just jump near this thing that's spinning in the water.
No, it was off. The engine was off, so nothing happened regarding that. Everything was off, so that was all fine.
Another news, my wife got mutilated by a boat.
So
mega lol.
Millie jumped in, was fine, was swimming around, going, right, you come in then. And Kay was like, okay then. Jumped in and kind of just disappeared for a while.
Oh no.
So
She was sitting there the whole time. No, where'd she go? No, I don't know. Where's she at?
Right, and I was like, where's she gone? Right, and she disappeared under the water. And then it seemed like an age till she popped back up like a cork, right? And when she came up, she was spluttering water. She was like half drowning. And I was like, what is going on?
That 40-year-old woman doesn't understand the concept of jumping into water.
That she's got to go down a long way. So she came out. I know you shouldn't have laughed, but it was extremely
My
funny.
wife almost died in the water.
So she came up spluttering with this abject look of panic on her face, right? And it was like she was suddenly a non-swimmer because she was like flailing around and like, what the hell are you doing? So yeah, total sympathy and stuff. Right, so it's like, what are you doing? She's
So
like,
I hope Millie is helping her during this
no,
time?
no, Millie was laughing as well.
Oh,
So-
man.
So eventually, she clambered back onto the boat. Right, eventually pulled herself up. Right, I'm like, what happened? And she was like, I didn't realise how deep I'm going. Then I didn't know what the surface is. And I took him to take a breath, but I only got water. And I'm like, yeah, you're underwater. What do you think's going to happen? So she swallowed a load of duck poo.
I hope you punched her.
Oh, I should have done. Honestly, terrible.
God, how stupid is she to take a breath underwater? God, let's all laugh at her.
Hold your breath.
You're the worst, Stu.
I know I'm terrible, but it gets better, right? Or worse, depending on how you look at it. Because then she decided it'll be fine if she just climbed down the ladder into the water. You know, all good, climbing down, no problems with that. Starts down the ladder, loses her footing on the last rung and dunks under again. Disappears again. At this point, I'm like, is she under the boat? Where's she gone? So anyway, she needless to say, she got out and didn't get in again. That was kind of the end of swimming in a lake.
Yeah, Tara doesn't. I like to jump into the sea, but Tara doesn't really like to do it.
That's so unfortunate. It's like the best part about swimming in a lake is jumping in.
Yeah,
it is. It was incredible, by the way, and it was so warm. The water was like having a bath. You know, like when you run a hot bath. It was really, really warm water.
Yeah.
Yeah, and very clear. It was beautiful, honestly. Yeah, lovely, lovely. Loved Garda. If you've never been, it's certainly a nice place to go. It's beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. So needless to say, we may be going back next year. So yeah, we might try a different part though, somewhere else along the line. Oh dear. Anyway,
next part of this video game podcast now, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay. We'll crack on. Don't worry. Get back to normal this week. So, Chinny, what have you been playing? What have you been playing?
Fucking Witcher 3.
Oh, so I love that game.
Every week.
Oh my god, I'm still fucking playing this shit.
That's right, it's a long game.
Oh my god, when will it end? Just end.
When does it ever end?
When does it end? It never ends. I had a sneaky look at where I am in the main missions. I'm gonna look how many missions I got left because this looks like it's wrapping up. And it went, no, Act 2. And I went, shit.
I told you that. I told you.
So I'm at the Isle of the Mists. Well, I'm not there yet, but that's my next quest. So, so like basically, like we know where Ciri is, and I've spent the whole game going, where's Ciri? Where's Ciri? Ciri? Yo, have you seen? Excuse me, small child. Have you seen Ciri? Ashen-haired lady. You know, like Ciri. She's got a big scar on her face. And then you listen to stories about Ciri, and then you go, then some fucking thing just says, oh, she's at the fucking, like some ugly baby thing goes, hey, she's at the Isle of the Mists, and you go, well, I'm not gonna go yet. I'm just gonna gather some army and shit, you know. I'm not gonna go now. So that's what I'm doing. So I've got a bunch of allies, and I got an achievement for getting all the allies for that. Yep. So that popped up.
Yeah, you're coming into the end game bit now, you know, once you sort of start doing all that stuff.
So because like I looked at the main mission list, and Act 1 is basically everything up to the ugly baby mission, right? Which is fucking ages. And then the ugly baby to the Isle of the Mist took me, I don't know, an hour. Like,
yeah, it does a good job of pacing towards the end. Where
it hasn't done a fucking good job of pacing at all.
No, it doesn't. Not up to it, but towards the end, it does start to hurry up a little bit.
That is my main problem with the whole game is pacing.
Yeah,
he's lying to
you. I'm not.
But anyway, so now they said, oh, take this fairy, which is Navi from Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and say like this fairy will show you where this fucking island is. And I go, alright. So then, what I'm doing now is I'm grinding the rest of my quests that are kind of my level and below. So I've done most of them now. I've done all the Witcher contracts that are kind of below my level, and some that are on my level, and some that are above. I think I've got maybe a few more, couple of Witcher quests that I could do that before struggling. I haven't done any treasure hunts. Did you do any treasure hunts, Stu?
I did a few of those. Like I say, one of my favourite missions and one of the most useful ones was doing the one for the dwarf at the Bloody Baron's Castle. If you do that mission,
no, I've done that one because you don't do it for him.
No, you do. You do it for her.
You do it for her. I've done that one.
Well, she's brilliant because she's really good at doing stuff for you.
I've got that armor, right? So there's a quest. There's a quest in the Bloody Baron area. Yeah, like that where you get.
But you have to be quite high level. Is it about level 25 or something?
Yeah, I am 25. So, you know, whatever. Oh, I'm gonna skip this because there's boobies in it, so I'll skip this. This is the sauna scene with Siri.
Yeah.
But anyway, oh yeah, I started playing Gwent. All right.
Oh no.
Purpose?
On purpose.
Oh Jesus! Have you done the Chinny?
I went. I'm gonna try and play Gwent again, and then I played it, and I went, I think I get it. So then I played it again, and I was like, I think I get it. So I get it now, Gwent.
Some people love Gwent.
It's not bad. It's not. It's like a shit Hearthstone. Is what
it's a shit more complicated Hearthstone.
It's not that complicated, actually. It's not that complicated. It's just what's weird about it is that you can pass like any time. It's like, well, why wouldn't you? Because you've got 3 rounds, but you've only got so many cards, so you can kind of lose a round. You can like forfeit a round almost. So yeah, it's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. But I played it and I was getting into it a little bit, which was okay. But then I got a lot of Gwent fucking missions. I was like, I ain't gonna do all those. Like, they're boring. Like, I'm not gonna do all them. And then
yeah, they are a bit boring.
And then the other thing that I hate in this game is the horse racing. Is the horse in general. I think if there was a mission where you like. Do you want to save Roach or kill Roach? Kill him straight away. He's a fucking idiot. All right. Because I hate riding the horse in this game. It's so annoying. It's so, for how good this game is and how well it's made and how polished it is, it's fucking shit when it comes to riding the horses. I hate it so much.
Yeah, my main complaint with riding the horses was you could hold down sprint and he would stay on the path, but then you'd have to turn him to get to the right path.
He wouldn't stay on the path. He stays on fucking his path. You know what I mean? Like, he does his own fucking thing. You look away. If you hold the button and look away, you ain't ended up at the marker. You're fucking somewhere. You're in a tree.
No. He follows like whatever main road you're on. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but if the corner's too sharp, he'll just carry on running. He doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Doesn't do. So I don't like the horse control. I think it's so bad. I'm gonna skip this Gwent scene because no one wants to watch me play fucking Gwent.
Self, I love watching people play Gwent.
Oh, yeah. I love.
Such a game. Yeah, look, the game's at a point now where I'm fucking loaded with money. Like, I'm loaded with cash. I've got like sick gear. I'm doing all right in the game, and people keep coming into the chat that know about the game, and saying like, "Who do you prefer, Yennefer or Trish?" And I go, "They're both shit. Like, I don't care."
Can I ask you?
One's a cock tease, and the other one's just a fucking boring, bland, red-headed twat. What?
Can I ask you a preference question? How do you like playing as Ciri? Because I quite enjoy playing as Ciri.
I like playing as Ciri, but she doesn't really have much else going. I like using the signs and stuff when you're in combat with Geralt. So the things that I like are you use the shield obviously before you go into a fight. You go shield, right? That's what he says. He doesn't say that.
Have you got the exploding version of that yet?
No. Yeah, if they hit me, they explode. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's good. Very, very useful later in the game.
Yeah. So I do that, and I've upgraded my fiery power. All right, I like that, and I upgraded my.
No, you just stream fire.
No, I don't do that yet, but I upgraded the sort of basic version of it. But anyway, yeah, and I can do the fucking Jedi power mind trick thing pretty good, because like that, I like doing that in all RPGs, like Mass Effect and stuff. I always like, the charm sort of thing.
Fucking with people.
Yeah, because whenever that comes up, I always like to do it because it just saves you so much money and time. So I like that. Because look, you got to some guy. They go, "Let me in." And he goes, "Well, I will for 20 gold. I'll let you in." And he go, "Fucking Jedi trick, bitch." and I was and there was a line in the thing in the game where like you've got to use it wisely, and I'm like, yeah, right, So I just use it whenever
every opportunity
I get.
Can I ask you? Have you? I think you must have done this quest. Now there's a quest where you go to like a villa, I guess it is, and so there's lots of bodies there, and it's quite shocking. I'm trying not to give spoilers because for people who may not have finished this.
Just see if you can spoil it a bit more. Keep going.
There's kind of one in a bathtub. There's kind of one somewhere else.
Maybe. Like, is it a guy that's like killing loads of women?
Yeah.
Because you get the option to save him. I did that ages ago. And
I thought you had. I'm just trying to remember whereabouts it is in the game.
Yeah, it's so like he's like killing loads of women, and you get him. You have to chase him at one point, and then you lose him, and then you find him, and then he's got one tied up, I think.
So yeah, it's such a long time.
Anyway, like, I fucked him up. He's done. There's some decent quests. Like the one that I hated, the one quest that I hated, and I think it bugged, it glitched on me or something. Was there's this werewolf, right? And he's in this garden area. So you come across him in the main quest, but he sort of just pops up and he goes away. So anyway, there's this side quest with him. All right, and he's cursed, right? This werewolf. He's got this curse where every time he eats, it burns him. So he starves. He's starving to death, but he doesn't die. So he keeps.
I don't think I did that. I don't remember that.
Because you're not a true Witcher fan. That's why.
I'm not. No, because
I guarantee that I'm going to play more of this game than you. Because
I'm sure you are.
Because I'm obsessed. Like I get obsessed with it. Like I have to play everything. I have to do every little thing.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
So you're not a true fan. So
but
anyway,
the thing is, you do that and then complain about
it. Because like when some fucker comes and goes, Witcher 3's great, like you, I go, no it ain't. No it ain't. Shit. Right. So like, so the wolf is like starving to death and he can't eat and all that sort of stuff. And so every time you see him, he attacks you, and then you sort of knock him down. You never kill him, and you can either feed him his own flesh, which pisses him off and kills him, but then he comes back. You can not feed him, and then he just dies, and then he comes back. But you can cure him, and to cure him, you have to get this cursed fang thing, and I've got it. And I looked online, and it said, and I didn't know how to give it to him, right? Because he was boring me, and I was like, just fucking shut up and take this thing. And it's meant to come up as an option, and it never comes up. So I just can't do that quest now. So that's annoying. It is annoying. Yeah, I don't know. There's good things about the game. I do like the game. I will say that I do like it more than I hate it. I do sound like I hate the game. I don't. I don't.
More than I hate
I think the even, and I know people say hey, you should have played The Witcher 1 and 2. This is a fucking mainstream game compared to those. Well, that guy, get the fuck off this podcast. You ain't on it, all right? So like, I think there's a big learning curve at the start for idiots like me that have never played a Witcher game, right? So that done. Once I get over that, and now that I know how to play the game, I know sort of how the systems work. I'm starting to like it a lot more. I just find it, when you do the Witcher contracts especially, it does get a bit repetitive when you start grinding some of the Witcher contracts, because it's like you go to a dude and he's like, I need a Witcher, I do, and you always turn up like with a bit of attitude and you're like, meh. Fucking like that, and it's like, I haven't got not much coin. It's like, oh, they fucking never do they?
Give me treble.
All right,
we'll get to kill 10 monsters then.
So
talking my language.
So they go, but like, if you can help me, I'd be much appreciated. I was like, fucking, here we go. So I go, you find an area, you oh, smells like fucking Gurak blood. Right, okay, brilliant. Walk and follow a red trail, and then you've got to pour some bait. Oh, okay. Or like you've got to, I don't know, just like fucking wiggle your ass or something to attract it out. Or you got to do something, and then it comes, and then you kill it. And that's like most of the Witcher contracts. So I find the Witcher contracts a little bit boring. The moment where the game basically does the Mass Effect 2 trick where it goes, everybody that you did quests for, you better hope that they like Jack, because now you got to ask for help. I quite like, and I must have done a good job because I got lots of allies and stuff.
And it makes a difference. It does make a bit of a difference.
Yeah, I've heard that it makes a difference because people come in and try and spoil the fucking game. But it's all right. It is a good game. I'm very, very close to making my decision whether it's better than Skyrim or not. Yeah.
Oh,
very, very
this will be
close.
interesting. This will be interesting.
I was thinking about it today. I was like, you know, is this better than Skyrim? Is this better than Skyrim? So because as we know, right, for people that don't know who haven't listened to the show very long, Duke loves Skyrim, and Stu loves The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt, right? And my decision on what is going to be the best game ends. That's it. No one. That's it. It's
Really
over.
Anything, but
Right. It's over,
nope,
and we can never talk about it ever again.
As if
it's over.
I need to ask you what was your decision at this point, this specific point in the game with Yennefer?
Was there a decision?
You could either decide that you professed your love for her, or you just didn't bother. From what I did in my
yeah. You could either say, "I want to break up with you," or
"I love you forever."
I love it. No, I think you know, I like Yennefer more than Trish. Because
Triss, yeah, I did the same. I was more into Yen than Triss.
You know, you got to move on. Like Trish has been around since Witcher 1. You know, I did a side quest where I said goodbye to Trish. You know, because Trish pops up and she's all
it's
like,
"It's Triss, Chinny. It's Triss."
Triss.
Triss.
Trish.
It's not Trish. It's not Trisha.
Trisha
it's...
from the Tatch Show.
It's not Trish. It's
all
not
right,
Trish
Trisha.
from
Bogle.
It's Triss.
Kiss me teeth. All right. So
Triss Marigold.
So
Triss.
Trisha Goddard, she. She, you know, I did a quest with her, and she was all like, "I'm on the run. I need help going," and I was like, "All right." And then there was an option, I think, to like say stay to her, and I went, "Fuck that!" Like I got a thing going on with Yennefer, like, and this other guy was like, "I know."
Over there.
I know that was hard for you. I was like, "No," like instantly, bye. You know, like, will you visit? No. So yeah, I said goodbye to Trish. And then, I think there's another quest. It was by the Ugly Baby quest where, like, I got, like, pissed with all, like, these blokes, Lambert and all that sort of stuff. And they bring up Trish, and I'm like, fuck off and all that. I don't know. I don't really... Like, a lot of quests are like, I don't know what's going on. I just play it. It's a good game, though.
When do I get to kill some monsters?
Yeah.
No, I must admit, I like Yennefer because... she was kind of a bit more, you know, she was a bit harder, and she sort of gave you more grief and was sort of a bit more savvy.
She's just like, you don't know where you know, but like then again, now and again, she'll just go, "Thanks, big boy," and you're like, "Ooh,
I love you, Geralt," and then she slaps you in the face.
Yeah. She's like, you don't know where you stand with her, man. She's
no idea.
She's just
I like
feisty.
that about her. Sassy. She was sassy.
Sassy girl. I had somebody come into the stream and said I straight up had a masturbated about Yennefer.
I
know.
Okay.
So
that's a bit too. Did he do it to the character Yennefer or to a cosplayer pretending to be Yennefer?
I don't know. You get some weird. Like the thing is, right? Some people that come in and watch, like this happened with Skyrim as well, right? This happened with Skyrim, where people really love the game that you're playing, right? And one person.
Nobody loves Skyrim like
one person who comes in who's very, very nice, called Coffee Cat, which is a very good name. This person comes in and he's very helpful, doesn't spoil the game, anything like that. But they've played it 4 times, and one of the playthrough was just to collect all the Gwent cards. This is how dedicated this person is, right?
Yeah, people are like that though, aren't they?
And then then other people come in and go, I want to wank over Yennefer and all, so like there's a good mix. But Skyrim was the same. People come in and go, what are you? What are you playing as? Oh, that's shit. Do it the way I do it, So
yeah, at least you don't really get any of that hassle because like Geralt's just Geralt.
Yeah, no, but they do. They come in and go, oh, you gotta choose Trisha. Oh, Trisha's fit, man. Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's a good expression.
Yeah. So that's Witcher 3. I'm enjoying it. I'm getting on with it.
Yeah, I think you can only really make a final decision once you've finished the story, and then it's
Yeah, but then I'll finish the story. I'll make a decision. You'll be like, yeah, but the DLC.
See, Blood and Wine is very, very good.
You haven't really even played the game unless you played Blood and Wine.
See, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to like. I'm thinking, will I finish this before I get married? I'm like, oh my god, this game.
I think you're on the home straight.
I think I'm close now. Yeah, this weekend I did some graphs.
Yeah, I think if you stop doing all the stupid side missions and stuff and concentrate
Oh
on the
yeah,
main story
well,
missions.
that's Skyrim. I would finish Skyrim in
Yeah.
fucking a month if I did that. But like, I
Yeah.
don't want to do it like that. I want to try and play it as much
That's
as I
not
can.
the point of the game, man.
That's not the way I do it.
It's a
I know, it's
test.
not the way you play.
You gotta wander.
You can mop up all the side
hours.
missions afterwards though. It just carries on, by the way. It doesn't end.
Yeah, I won't do that.
No.
I'm not gonna. When I finish this game, I mean, I might come to the DLC later on, but when I finish this game, like this game is done. Like
Done.
it
It's
is
done.
over.
I mean, the good thing about the DLC is that, but one's set in the normal Witch universe, but Blood and Wine's a completely separate realm, so at
Yeah.
least it feels different.
Yeah. No, I probably would play the DLC. I think I'd have a break because I am clamoring for something else. Like I have to admit,
Yeah.
like I've played this game for so much that when it comes to video game time, I'm just like, oh, I just want to play something else.
I think the good thing for me when
we'll stick with it, and I'll be like, I want to play something else. I think I will play something else.
Yeah.
Fuck,
yeah.
I've been.
I mean, the good thing for me when I played it, obviously, I finished the main game, and then it was about a year before the DLC came out. So at least it was like I'd had a break from it.
Oh, I'll have a break. When I finish it, I
Yeah.
won't play the DLC straight away. I'm definitely gonna have a break and play some smaller games and get palette cleanse a little bit and get back into it. So, yeah, that's it really. That's Witcher 3. Let's move on.
There you go. I've not played a lot this week because obviously I've been on holiday. Did I mention I've been on holiday? But I've played a couple of mobile games, really, because that's what you play on holiday, isn't it, really? Because you can't take your console and you can't take your PC, so you've got to kind of play what you've got. So I've been playing Pixel Junk Obscura, which was recommended by the Bosswave podcast.
Boss.
Wave.
Don't
Wait.
do the funny thing.
Are you going to talk about the game?
Yeah, so it's Pixel Junk Eden, but for mobiles. And it's pretty good. It's way better than I was expecting. The controls work really, really well. So it's very smooth. It does this weird stuff as well, Obscura, where it sort of some of the levels have whatever's behind the back camera of the phone as the screen at the back.
I see.
So it's a bit weird. So like whatever your phone's pointing at is what's the background of the game. But it works great. It's very automatic. They've done a really good job of the touch controls. So you flick off once, and when you flick off, he automatically spins to collect all the pollen. It's like pollen. It has got a proper name in the game. I can't even remember what that is now. But it's like pollen, and you have to fill everything up. So when you fill stuff up, it grows new plants. You've played Eden, have you, Chinny?
No, I never played Eden.
Did you not?
No, I played Shooter. That was the one that I liked.
Played Shooter. This is good. This is just such a chilled out game. Though.
I don't know.
love the
Like
fact-
the look of it doesn't remind me of the original. I mean, like I suppose it is the same concept, but I thought the way the original one looked so much better to me than this.
It's very similar. There's not a lot of difference in the way the levels, but there's more. It does feel like it's made for mobile, which it is. You know, it's a completely different. It's not like a port of the original, which I quite liked. You know, I thought they might have done just a bit of a port, but they haven't. They've made it its own little game, which kind of cool, really. And it's the same premise. You've got to get as high as you can in the game, and then you've got to. That's great. The person who did the demo ran out of battery.
Ran out of battery.
Yeah, you got to get as high as you can, and obviously fill up. I can't remember what they're called, but they're like a plant at the top. Once that's full, you can then get to the next level of the game. But it's really cool. It's very, very laid back. The music's great. It's very chilled. You know, there is time, so it does start as you get further into the game. It does get a little bit more stressful because you've got to do it within a certain time. So you've got to collect stuff as quickly as you can and get to the next level. But it's good. It's really, really good. Definitely recommend it. And it's free, so you can't beat free. So I don't know whether it's free on iOS, but it's free on Android. So
yeah.
Oh yeah. The next game I've played, or shall we move on to Duke? Let's move to Duke. Never mind.
Yeah, move to me. Why not?
Move to you.
Yeah, I've been playing some Rocket League as surprise. But there's nothing to say about it except I liked having Pete and Antonio on because they wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah, you got away with it last week.
Yeah, we did.
I played Rocket League today.
Sweet.
That's it, really.
Okay.
So it's a while since you played it, Genie.
Yeah,
When's the last time you played?
just before I played The Witcher, I was like, I just want to play a different game. Please let me play a different game. So I thought I'll play Rocket League, and I played a 1v1 ranked match, which I know you don't like. And I dicked him. Just caned the guy. I was like, still got it.
Still got it, even after all this time.
Still got it, yeah.
Right. I do want to say that, because Pete asked last week, what is it about the game that's so addictive? Why do I love it so much? And I mentioned, the thrill of scoring and all that, and that's true. But then I realized that there's a little bit more to it. It's a little bit deeper than that, and that it's not just scoring, it's the feeling of playing well through several games. That's really the heart of it, because scoring sometimes happens because you're playing well, and sometimes happens just because things fall into place. And you happen to be in the right place at the right time, or, you got to be able to capitalize on luck, but there is a lot of luck in the game. But when I'm playing well for like 3 games in a row, it's like magic. It's such a good feeling. And as I said last week, nothing else is like that. Skyrim doesn't have that, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, you can be in the zone. Like, I really like playing Battlefield well, or, Titanfall 2 well, but it doesn't have the same rush. And it's not got the same fluidity of motion as I feel when I'm in that car and I'm zooming all about the stadium. So anyway, a little bit of Rocket League. I wanted, for some reason, to start up a new Planet Coaster theme parks. Started that up again, and that's always fun. Another game of Night Sky, which is also relaxing and lovely, but there's not much to say about that. I will say real quick that I'm doing Fallout 4. I finished the main story. I went with the Railroad again. They're awesome. I love the Railroad. And I did something that I've never done in Fallout 4. I unlocked all the locations. I can't believe I do that before, but there's.
So can I just check? Is the Railroad the ones who make you build stuff?
No.
Which ones? I think I went with the Railroad. Are they the one that's sort of underground?
They're freeing the synths.
Yeah, I went with the Railroad.
It's
that's who I.
Railroad, because in the United States, the group of people who saved slaves from, helping them to get free, they were known as the Underground Railroad. So this organization mimics itself on the Underground Railroad.
So who are the? Oh, it's the Minutemen, isn't it? Where you have to build shit.
Yes, and I've been building settlements. I just got done making the Slog into a relatively livable place, and I finally, after 3 playthroughs, I think I finally got a handle on how this power thing works. Because I've been rigging up my settlements with like street lights and making it look good.
Oh yeah.
Nice for the baby. You make it nice, and then the baby snorts the aspirin, and then,
God, I hate it. I hated all that bollocks.
Anyway, that's all there is to say about Fallout 4. I've been working with Kate, of course, because she's awesome, and yeah, I've maxed out my relationship with her. So it is what it is.
So bring on Fallout 76 then, Duke.
Absolutely.
Yeah, whenever that. When is it coming out? I can't even remember.
I'm not sure what to think of Fallout 76, to be honest.
We'll see some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah, I mean, I got stuff, but next in the rotation, who wants to go next?
Yeah, Ginny, have you got anything else?
No.
No? Is that it for you? Okay, then. I'll talk about another mobile game that I played then.
Okay.
What's on holiday? It's called Reed. Reed. R-E-E-D. Reed. And it's a puzzle platformer, basically. So you've got it's kind of a very simple premise. You've got obviously left, right, and jump, and you've just got to jump into a box.
It's a 2D pixel art.
8-bit, yeah, sort of 8-bitty looking.
Yeah, and you're a cat.
Again.
You're a cat.
You're a cat. You're a little cat. It's actually quite a nice looking game, to be honest. It looks great. But they've got a really interesting way of implementing because it's free to play, so obviously there's advertisements and all that bollocks, right? Which I hate anyway. But they've kind of taken an interesting way of implementing this, which is really annoying. If you die 3 times on the trot, it then plays a 15-second advert.
Yeah.
That you have to sit through, right? Not only does it do that, but where the jump button is were the take me to this app or whatever link is on the advert.
Yeah.
So because as you're pressing, you automatically just press jump. You can press any key to restart or anywhere on the screen, but you automatically more or less press jump to restart. And yeah, it tends to redirect you to some bollocks that you're not even interested in. So that's kind of annoying.
Is there a way to get past all that?
Nope. But it's an interesting implementation because it's kind of a sadistic game anyway, where you die a lot, and then they sort of also make it really annoying when you die too many times. Yeah. So I'd rather have had just like a rolling banner or something, the usual stuff that you get for these types of games.
Or you could pay them money and not have to deal with it.
Yeah, I think there is a paid version where you don't have any bollocks in it. But it's kind of cool. I must admit, I am impressed. It has got that sort of Celeste feel about it. It's a very difficult game. It's a bit Super Meat Boy-ish. There is a lot of that. There's a lot of rolling sort of stuff.
Yeah, Spelunky, Super Meat Boy, all that stuff.
Yeah, but it's totally free. I can sort of recommend it, really. I think it's kind of a cool little game for free. But like I said, if you can get past the advert bollocks, it's not too terrible. And it's instant restarts as well. So yeah, it's not actually too bad for.
How much is it to pay for?
I have no idea, but I can't imagine it's a lot of money. It takes. I mean, this guy does a full playthrough. It takes him 26 minutes.
All right.
So it's not a terribly long game. So I can't imagine it's very much.
Do they update levels with like, here's your weekly challenge or something?
No, I haven't seen anything like that in the game, but it's pretty cool. It's cool for a little game. I'm assuming it's on iOS as well.
Fuck this game. I'm never gonna play this. I'm never gonna play this game. It just looks annoying.
It is annoying, but it's kind of cool. So there you go. That's it for me for Reed. So back over to you.
Right. So I bought a game. It was the final day of the Steam sale, and I was like, I want to get something. Who's gonna not get anything other than a Steam Link during the Steam sale? So I took a look, and I got myself Cook Serve Delicious 2.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
As you may recall, I really enjoyed the first game, so I thought I might enjoy the second game. But here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
I do.
Oh. That's okay then. That's good.
Yeah.
So what have they changed then? How have they changed it up?
So they've made it like kind of everything you had in the first game. It's more. So the first game, you didn't really have much control over your restaurant. You could choose the menu items. You could choose. That was kind of it. But once you made progress in the career mode, your restaurant would just get better. Like you would move from a greasy, crappy diner into like eventually being like a 5-star restaurant, like a fancy, posh, crazy place. Now, first of all, you can choose to work in a bunch of different restaurants. If you want to try, work in an ice cream parlor and a burger joint, sushi place, and there's hundreds of dishes to make. The first game had probably about 100. This game probably had, there's probably numbers online I can look up, but this game I think probably has like 300 different dishes for you to make. So
that's cool.
That's a lot of variety. Now the question is that always a good thing? Because the gameplay really, in the same way as a racing game is only fun once you start to understand the courses, that's true about this game as well. Once you know how to prepare Salisbury steak, because you have to start by putting the steak you have to put butter on the pan and then put the steak in the pan and then set it to cook and then go away and do something else. You have to multitask. This game's all about multitasking. So, but once you get that down, then when someone comes in and orders a Salisbury steak, you just go, okay, you press the number 1 if they're in the, there's 6 slots, and I guess they add on as you get more, room in your restaurant or whatever. And so you hit 1, and then it's you to put the butter in, and then S for the steak, and then enter to get it to cook. And then you have 5 seconds or 10 seconds while you do something else. Once you get down, okay, Salisbury steak, 1, U, S, enter, go do something else. Okay. But when you get a new dish, you have to figure out, okay, here's the different ways of preparing that. So I started off, I was like, I'll set it up with cereal. Like, there's nothing more simple than cereal, right? Well, there's 6 different cereals, and they can order it with milk, bananas, strawberries, or blueberries. So I was like, okay, fine. So they come in, and they order Choco Puffs, and I hit C for Choco Puffs. Nope, C is for cornflakes. H is for Choco Puffs. You're like, damn it. So you serve them the wrong. And then it's the same with, okay, they wanted cornflakes. I got that. They wanted milk and blueberries. Okay, M, B. Nope, B is bananas. Fuck. And
So
I know
what's blueberries then?
So blueberries was like L, because it's usually the second letter in whatever you're doing, right? So it's, whatever. That's the only point is once you do it a few times, then you get in the hang of it. And you're like, okay, yeah, Choco Puffs, blueberries, gotcha. Who eats blueberries on Choco Puffs? Who cares? Here's your food. Get out. So that's really fun. Then they have this thing where at the top of the screen they have the holding stations. And the holding stations are basically where you prepare some food so that it's ready as soon as the person comes in. So you need it because you'll have people coming in, boom, 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 and they get impatient. So you have to have the pretzels, for instance, ready to go. But you can also prepare side dishes in your holding stations so that if they order a pretzel and then you have the broccoli side dish ready, then they get extra happy because they've got this free side dish, bing, to go with their food. Who doesn't want some broccoli along with their pretzel, right?
Absolutely.
I guess.
So the point is, it's kind of nice because usually when you play the game, when you start the round, it's pretty slow at first, right? And there's not much to do. But with the holding stations, now you can do this prep work so that it's easier for you to deal with lunch rushes later on. The problem is you have to monitor those holding stations because you might run out of pretzels and then suddenly you have a run of people coming in to get pretzels. You have to start filling those holding stations and it can be a pain in the butt to run out. And you're like, oh no, now I have to fill these orders and fill my holding station again. So it's just more managing of things. It's more plates spinning in the air at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So it's a multitasking.
This just makes me want Overcooked 2.
Yeah, well, I actually bought Overcooked, but the Duchess and I haven't played it yet. So hopefully next week we'll have something to say about that.
That's great.
The other thing that's different about this game is you can customize your restaurant, and
it looks stressful.
It does look stressful.
Yeah, and that's the thing is once you get in the groove of it, it's not stressful because you know what you need to do. You do have to keep everything moving, but it's not too bad because once you learn, for instance, when it says, hey, you need to deal with the restroom, you just hit the number, and then you hit F, and then you hit S, and then you hit enter, and you're done. So you get into this fluid movement, at least I do, where it's like, boom, F, S, enter, done, and then you're on to the next order.
Why is there a man sat in a hot dog costume?
That's in a poster. That's a poster.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just that's the dish you're preparing at that moment.
No, there's a poster of a man in a hot
wall.
I sorry.
There's also a cat in a hot
with his
dog.
arms folded. He looks annoyed, was he?
Right. You get all this different art to put on your walls, and you get different, wallpaper to put up. You get different floor options, but you unlock them as you go through the game. So I started off, my restaurant was a shithole because it was the only wall option I had was like uncovered cement blocks with like tar on them, or it was just disgusting. I was like, please give me some wallpaper. And then they put you could put up a accent panel, so it was like this little strip of like a grid, and I was like, I'll just put up 20 of those, and my walls finally looked good. But it's very strange because again, like, so now I have like 3 different options for wallpaper, but they're all like aqua or green or yellow, and my carpet is like brown. So it's like it doesn't go well at all. What are you doing to me here? I have a stupid looking restaurant.
Yeah, it's got to be aesthetically pleasing. What is the matter with them?
Right, exactly. So whatever, it is what it is. But the game is really fun. I'm really enjoying it, and I think they do a lot of things very well in this game. And yeah, I really like the first one. And like I said, it's not totally relaxing, but once you get into the groove of it, it can be nice, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I've just seen like taking out the trash. Got to remember to put the alcohol gel on your hands, and oh my god.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff to remember, man.
There's a lot of stuff
Clean
to remember.
the toilets.
But here's the thing: when you do any of those chores, dealing with the toilets or taking out the trash, the last step is always to sanitize your hands. So you get in the habit of boom, 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 S, because that's sanitizer, and then enter, and you're done. So
sounds like music. Boom, 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 S.
Well, that's actually a good way to put it, because with most of the things you're doing, you do get a certain rhythm going. And once you get into that rhythm, then it's not so much stressful as it is just, keeping the time. Set out the pretzels, do the broccoli, get cereal.
So what you're saying is it's like Parappa the Rapper with food.
Kind of, yeah. I like it. It's cute. I think the aesthetic elements are really cute. The customers who come in are all like raggedy and like.
It reminds me. It reminds me a bit of Papers, Please. You know, these people keep queuing up for food.
Exactly. That's a good connection as well.
Yeah.
Like it.
It looks kind of cool. I have got the first one and just really didn't play it very much. Played a little bit of it.
I like it.
Yeah, maybe I need to go back and have another go.
Why not? Give it a shot.
Why not? The last thing I've played this week is PT. You remember this PT for the PS4?
Oh, yeah.
The scary thing that Kojima made.
How did you play it?
Because somebody has remade it for PC.
Keep
PT
it
for
quiet.
PC.
Keep it quiet.
PT for PC.
Ouch.
And I'll be honest, there's been a few of these people have made like versions of this or tried to recreate. This looks exactly like the original, pretty much. And they've used all the assets from the original game, so fuck knows where he got all of all them from.
Legally,
totally legal. It's totally legal. It looks pretty good, and it does all the stuff that the original has. All the original puzzles in it. The only thing it doesn't have is obviously the Norman Reedus thing at the end of it. But other than that, sorry, go on. Say again.
So you think?
So you think? No, I've watched the full playthrough. I didn't play it to the end when I played it, but I did watch it on YouTube at the end, and it doesn't have the Norman Reedus scene at the end.
Or they cut that out.
They maybe did. But it works perfectly. If you've never played PT and you wondered what all the fuss was about, because obviously it was only on PS4 for a limited time before they removed it, this is as good a way as any to sort of give it a go. It's only a gig download. It's got all the.
If you want to know what all the fuss is about, I can just tell you. Nothing.
It's pretty good, actually. It's very atmospheric. It's pretty creepy. It's got some. It is, but there's more to it than that. There is more to it than just walking down the hallway.
Walking down the hall.
There's a lot of ambience. But it's very good.
Not a creepy hallway. We're not just doing this for money. We're doing it for a shitload of money.
Yeah, it's very creepy. It's very, very creepy. But yeah, nothing ever happened. If anyone doesn't know what PT is, because there might be some people listening who have no idea what the fuck
everybody
I'm
knows what it is on the
There'll
planet.
be some people who maybe
on
don't.
the
Once upon a time, there was a game called Pong, and that was one of the first video games.
But there are people, you never know. There might be people out there who've never heard of this. I don't know what it is. You know, especially like, you know, the Microsoft players who've never got a chance to even play this.
What? There's other consoles other than Xbox?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's on PS4. But basically, this was a sort of prelude to a new Silent Hill game that never happened. So that's kind of what it is. So if you want to look it up, just look up PT for PC. And there's a link where you can download it. It's only about a gig, so it's fairly small. It takes depending on your connection, it only takes a few minutes to download. It runs really well, and it's kind of interesting. So you can
in the chat, Antonio said, "Where is it at? Steam?"
It's not at Steam. No, it's if you just Google PT for PC version 0.9 or something like that, and that'll bring it up for you.
Also, Viva La Pedros has had another baby. Jesus Christ, Peds.
Well, that's a miracle. A man having a baby.
You can't have two. That's illegal. He only just had one like last week.
Yes, he had 2 babies in a week.
Yeah. Crazy.
What I would say about PT for PC, by the way, this is it on the screen. This isn't PT, but I would download it now because Konami might go, yeah, this is a bit too close to the original for our liking. So it might get taken down. They might get a cease and desist or whatever because it is pretty close.
Like, I have it. Nobody else.
I've got it downloaded on my PC. I'm going to sell my PC for millions. But yeah, it's good. It's good. If you've never played it, give it a go. It is pretty much the original recreated like for like. All the original puzzles are there.
For one creepy hallway game.
It is. I mean, this has got a cult following. You know, people went mad for it, you know, when they removed it from the store and they're like, I've still got it on my PS4.
It was stupid.
It was stupid. But yeah, give it a go. There you go. And that's it for me this week. I haven't played nothing else, but I am going to get back into gaming.
Putting news first.
Alright, whatever. Fucking news. Fortnite burger disappears from map, reappears in real life desert. What? Fortnite burger disappears from map.
I know some of those words, but that sentence doesn't make any sense.
Last week, Fortnite's sky cracked like a giant scar.
There's some weird shit going down.
Star-splattered egg. I think there was a burger in the game on top of a sign. Then the burger disappeared, and then it reappeared, but in real life, and now it's in a desert somewhere. Let me get a picture of said.
Sweat nerds are going out to see it in the desert. It's just like anytime anybody goes to like Nevada, they always post on the New Vegas Reddit. Oh, look at I went to Good Springs. It's a real place. Oh my god! And everyone's like, no one cares.
Yeah, so that no one cares. It's a thing, I suppose, in Fortnite, and now it's in real life.
Now, if somebody were to open a laser tag arena that had a battle royale mode, or like on a huge open field, so you could play PUBG in real life with laser tag, that would be something.
I just do it with real guns.
Yeah, airsoft, baby.
No. So that's that. So that's news apparently.
Burger story.
Burger Fortnite story.
Hey, how can we promote the biggest game in the world at the moment? I don't know.
Not many people know about it. What if we put a burger in the desert?
Wow, a lot of this news is fucking shit, right?
There wasn't a lot. There's not a lot this week, man.
Dead Island 2 is apparently still in development. Publisher Deep Silver confirms. So Dead Island 2 went AWOL for a while. It had a trailer, quite a cool trailer as well. And it hasn't been sort of seen since. And since then, we've had Dying Light, and even Dying Light 2's coming out.
Yeah, but do you think Deep Silver knew how big Dying Light was gonna be? Because it ended up being a bit of a juggernaut, didn't it? It didn't, I don't think they realised quite how big a game that was gonna be.
I don't think Dying Light was a juggernaut in terms of sales.
I think it was for them. You know what I mean?
It sold better than expected, I think. But yeah. I don't think it's not. It's got an audience now. I don't think many people was expecting Dying Light to be as good as it was. That's for sure. But I don't know. Dead Island 2 apparently is still happening.
I think they probably put that on the back burner while they were doing Dying Light 2. It was kind of like, well, this game's got a bit of momentum. We should do that first.
I don't know.
I think that's probably happened.
Yeah, well, if you want to paraphrase for any more of these stories, let me know. Netflix.
Just saying, all right, calm your bloody self down.
Assume what people
twist
said.
Your necking.
There was a meeting at Netflix, right? And they said, "Hey, that Castlevania did all right. Should we have a season 2?" That's exactly what happened. And that's the news.
Did you watch the season 1? It was pretty good.
No.
It's worth a watch.
It's like anime, but not done by anime people. That's what I heard. It does a good job of making it look anime, but not badly. I don't know. I care not for Castlevania or anime, so bye.
Yeah, I don't care about Castlevania, but I sort of thought the series was pretty well done.
I don't have time to watch shit that I want to watch, let alone shit that I don't want to watch, so I can't. Right, PS4 free PS Plus games for July. Let's have a look. Let's dig in.
Oh, guess what there is?
Dearie me. Anyway, for the PS4, there is Absolver. Do we know what Absolver is?
Yeah, I think I played this.
Good game then.
I think I played it, but I can't remember.
I'm gonna quickly just get it up. Absolver looks like a piece of shit. So that is that. Extreme Exism. That's cross-buy. Space Overlords.
What?
But don't worry. I know it sounds like a weak month. All right, but there is a brilliant game coming out, Duke. It's called Heavy Rain.
Oh God! Make it stop.
Continue. So there's that on the PS3. Extreme Exorcism. Yes, that one of the cross-buy. Rayman 3 HD, which is an old game now. And on the Vita, Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma, which I heard is pretty good.
Really good. I love that game.
Yes.
One of my favourites. So that's actually a good month if you've got yourself a Vita.
Yeah.
Zero Escape is such a good game.
but I don't
Well,
have a Vita.
But who plays on the Vita anymore?
Okay, PUBG surpasses 8 million players on the Xbox One, so that's pretty good. That's the end of that news story.
How many?
Yeah,
people?
it is. I mean, but the hemorrhaging sort of PC players, but it seems like they're bolstering on the Xbox, doesn't it? Really?
Well, yeah. I don't know. What do you want to know? It's fucking good.
What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
Fortnite's done well. PUBG's not done as well. Fortnite got defunct PUBG.
Then played it.
They fucked them up. But they're both doing well, so who cares?
Yeah, I mean, when they say they're losing players on the PC, it's still doing all right.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's not struggling. It's fine.
No.
It's like Call of Duty and Battlefield. You know what I mean? Like, you don't look at Battlefield and go, they're still trying. Like, they're fine.
Someday you'll have a hit, Dice. Don't worry.
You'll be all right. Yeah, we talked about the PT demo on PC. Now I just need to talk about that.
Name up.
And yeah, probably what I've heard about this is Todd Howard has come out and said Fallout 76 won't have crossplay because Sony is, quote, not as helpful as everyone would like. So he basically went out and said what we knew, what everybody knew.
Well, what everybody's been saying about Sony
everybody knew.
crossplay.
They're getting more and more pressured now to introduce crossplay. You know, Rocket League was kind of like the first instance. It happened by accident with Fortnite. People were playing, Xbox people and PlayStation 4 people were playing against each other in Fortnite by accident, and they switched it off.
Well, the other problem that people are really irked about is if you create an account on the PS4, you can't then use that account anywhere else. So even if you're not in so much cross-playing, you can't even use any, you know, what you've leveled up or what you've gained or whatever on the PS4 because it won't let you transfer it to anywhere.
Yeah. So you know, yeah, if you level up your character on the PC,
or get loads of shit on Fortnite, you know, loads of cool friends.
You have to make a new account.
You can't transfer anything. Yeah.
I don't.
Which is shit. There's no reason that you have to block that, is there? You know, I can understand them not wanting people to, you know, cross-play, but to make it that closed in is that's not right, is it?
Yeah, and then you've got like Nintendo and Microsoft playing together now. They're besties now because you can now earn achievements on the Switch while playing Minecraft now. So
yeah, and they're even making, like, obviously Nintendo are making games with Microsoft now, aren't they? With Microsoft games with Nintendo characters in them and all that bollocks.
Yeah. So
they're in each other's pockets.
It's a business. Don't say like that. Like the.
Oh, yeah.
Like what harm is that for us?
They're wanking each other off. That's what they're doing.
Just cynic.
Why do you get mad? What is it?
What's the problem? What are you mad at?
I'm not mad. I'm just saying.
It's just because you're a Sony fanboy.
Hateful way.
No, I don't agree with what Sony are doing, man. They should be having a circle jerk, man. All of three of them together.
At this point, because Sony's ahead in console sales, they're the ones that don't want to play. And of course, Microsoft are going to say, yeah, we'd love it to happen. I wonder what would happen if it was the other way around. But it is what it is. I think it is silly. And it's always been a sticking point of why can't everybody just play with everyone, and the fact that it's so easy to do, the fact that it happened by accident on Fortnite is even more frustrating because I thought, oh, maybe it's really difficult to do, but it's not. I think it's literally just like they won't allow it.
Well, I mean, let's be honest here. You know, Sony were one of the first cross-play things because they had Portal 2 and you could
when they were losing
on PC.
When they were losing the console race on the last generation, they were like, oh yeah, we'll play on the PC, no problem. We love everyone. And they started this generation by, you know, this is how you share games, and they really stuck it to Microsoft, and, you know, we're here for the gamers, we're all about the gamers, and they're really fucking flip-flopping on that now. And people are, you know,
we said we're here for the gamers. What we meant was fuck the gamers.
Yeah. And it just
we're here for the gamers who buy our console and nothing else.
It's another example of, like, and they've all got examples of this, of like why competition's healthy, because when one loses, they come up with a solution that the other one doesn't like, and eventually I think Sony will cave, but they have said something about it. They have said, like, we hear it, but the answer they gave back is like something like, you know, I'm sure our solution will make will be accepted by our you know, it didn't sound like we're gonna do it. It sounded dodgy. I don't know. I feel like maybe, hopefully, this is the last generation where we have to deal with this shit. And you know, if some kid buys FIFA on the fucking Xbox and another kid plays it on the PlayStation, it doesn't matter anymore. Hopefully.
Nice.
It'll never happen. Sony are too busy protecting everything and holding it all.
You're
to
only
the
as
chest.
good as your last console, Stu. You know,
That's true.
You know,
It's true.
Last
And
generation.
companies can change and evolve. Companies can realize that they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah. Fucking flying around my face.
That's what
Yeah.
the future may hold.
So like, you know, the last generation, the PS3 had to play catch up, and they did eventually catch up. And then this generation, Xbox is playing catch up. But like,
well, they're never going to catch up, though, are they?
They
It's
won't
got
catch
to a
up.
point now.
Well, I
No,
don't think
they're not going to catch up.
Yeah, but the PS3 never really caught up to the 360. But it saved face, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what Xbox are doing. They're saving face, and they're doing a decent job at it. But yeah, it's another example of healthy competition, and they're not going to like it. But it's just a case of like, you know, out of all the three, Sony, PlayStation, and Microsoft, everybody would have betted on Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. Everybody would have betted on Nintendo not playing ball, which is so weird. But yeah, it's Sony. But I think they'll back into it. Say again?
Yeah.
You never can tell. Things
No.
come and
No.
to
I don't know.
everything. There is a season turn.
People do say like, why would Sony do it if they're winning? I don't know why they would do it, but at the moment they're
Just to sort of throw a bone, I guess, and sort of make gamers feel that they aren't the dicks that they're acting at the moment.
If there is crossplay, to buy a console still depends on the same reason that it depends on now. The reason why somebody buys a console is the console exclusives, all right? And the other reason is what their mates buy, right? So like what the mates buy,
games are each month, and
yeah,
you know, value for money, the quality of the stream. You know, when you get your games connection working, is it generally good? How often do the consoles break down? That sort of thing.
I think we are heading towards the Netflix solution, but then you've got to wonder then like what Microsoft going to do, because like you pay £40 a year, but then
Yeah.
they have Game Pass, which is like £7 a month. So like it seems really weird to pay two things.
Yeah. I'm assuming you can have the Game Pass without Xbox Gold then, I'm supposing.
Yeah, I think so, but then you can't play multiplayer, which is really dumb. I just don't think having a gold subscription makes sense anymore when they have Game Pass. Or just bundle it all into one. You know.
Yeah, or have like a Game Pass Xbox Live subscription bundle, which is a little bit cheaper.
Probably gonna happen.
If you combine them together.
Maybe. I don't know. It's all fucking stupid. We're trying to work it out. This is the growing pains of it all, but I think we get.
Let's go out.
I do like Game Pass though. I would love
it's a
Sony
great
to implement something of that sort of nature.
Yeah, I think if you, my problem is I've got too many games. I've got like 300 odd games. Every time you buy a game on Steam, I've got another one.
I know.
I've
Pops
got
up.
Chris, who I game share with on the Xbox and the PlayStation, keeps buying bloody PlayStation games. I'm just checking what he bought something recently. He said, "I've just bought this and this. You're welcome." And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
really?
But like, I think he bought the Last Guardian.
That's good. That's good.
And he bought Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 4. Yeah, just loads of stuff. Yeah, Horizon.
All right. Okay.
So like,
you've been wanting to play.
So
that,
I
haven't
haven't switched my PS4 on for a while, and since the last time I've switched it on, I've got 5 more games for it.
Yeah.
It's just
But
ridiculous.
they're not necessarily games you bought, though. You've not purchased.
Yeah,
them.
but
They
like
just have
I'm
to
not in a
be there.
special club, am I? Like that's available for everybody to do that.
Oh yeah.
Do you know,
You've
like
got rich friends, yeah.
Well, trust me, I haven't got rich friends, but like I got friends who impulse buy. You know, and then on it's just there's just so many games to play. Like it's really difficult. Like developers really have to work hard to get people's attention these days because games are just like music is so disposable now. Do you know what I mean? It's just so like throwaway. How much music is actually?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I remember as a kid, you know, I used to have to save up for a few weeks to buy a new album.
Yeah, and now you can just type it into YouTube, type it into YouTube, Spotify, bam, it's there. Like it's no problem at all. It's ridiculous. So we're heading towards like, you know, soon you'll just have a TV that you log into, and it'll just have an app on a TV, and it's like log into Xbox Live, and you just bam log in. That's it. That's all it is now. But we're not there yet. But we're heading there. I think there will be another console generation. But
well, to be fair, I mean,
actually, here's the reason I'm going to look forward to that in a way is because it used to be when I looked at my video game library, I'd be like, I want to play that. Put the disc in, start playing it. Right now, if the game isn't installed on my PC, I need to go away for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you see, this is where NVIDIA GeForce Now comes in, isn't it?
Else, you go ahead.
I was going to say this is where NVIDIA GeForce Now comes in, you know, where they can do a virtual 1080 graphics card on any sort of computer, even like a crappy old laptop. And you can play, if you bought the game on Steam, they've got an installation of that at their end, and it takes about 3 seconds to install, and away you go.
I'm saying, though, that's the next step, and I'm looking forward to not having to do all that install stuff.
And you don't even have to have a decent PC anymore. You know, you just you're just renting a graphics card.
That's what I'm saying. Like you'll just log in on your TV.
Yeah.
Like it'll get there.
We're getting there. Yeah,
we're getting there. You know, it'll take a while.
You know, let's be honest. On Live came out. What was that? 4 or 5 years ago now? 6 years ago?
Yeah,
maybe even longer than that.
6, 7.
And it was way ahead of its time. But now stuff's happening now that's obviously a lot more sophisticated than On Live was, and presumably it'll work better. And then you're right. We're going to get to a point where we really don't need any hardware anymore to play games.
Yep, be all right with that. You know, it's like word processing. I haven't saved a word processing document on my computer in like 5 years.
No.
Everything's in the cloud, and it's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't take up anywhere room or
Like,
anything.
The problem of saving your work.
The problem is with it is like you're gonna get this like thing that's happening now where Disney are having their own streaming service, Hulu has their own streaming service, Netflix. So you'll have EA, you'll have Ubisoft, you'll have Microsoft, you'll have Sony, But what I'm hoping is that because everything's on the cloud, that we'll get over this crossplay thing. So if I log into my Xbox account, right, and I go, I've got Far Cry 7, great. Duke's got.
I love how they put it on the moon, man. You're fighting those moon people.
Yeah, Duke's got Far Cry 7, but he bought it through Valve TV, right? And we can play together. That's kind of like where we want to get to. Because there's no need to.
But won't it be on the Ubisoft's channel though?
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Who knows?
But we don't fucking know how this thing's gonna work. We're just making stuff up.
Yeah, I don't know. But like, I feel like
likely prospects for the future based on what we see right now on the movie front.
You see, what'll be interesting, I think what'll happen, you know, you're right. Video games will probably go the way of music, where you'll have people who use the virtual servers and the virtual graphics cards or whatever, and just stream the games and don't have to bother about installing them or whatever. You just buy a license and stream away. But then you'll have like the nostalgics, you know, like you've got at the moment people with vinyl and like in the old-fashioned way.
You know what I think about those fuckers, right? Bye. See ya.
You know, and then you'll have those people who still want to build and tinker and make like this supercomputer that can run these games without having to have a virtual server. That's what's going to happen, isn't it?
Well, I favor convenience over any of that stuff. You know, I'll go back, and obviously there'll be a streaming service for retro shit. You know what I mean? They're always going to cater for like old people, but like as far as collecting shit and having like my game collection behind me is like minimal now. This generation, I have very, very little shelf space for games because I don't need it. Whereas the last generation, there's loads of games there, and I think that's the case for most people. Like, you know, I remember like having this conversation 6-7 years ago. Oh, you know, do you buy digitally? And like, oh, I'll never. No, I love the smell of fucking DVD boxes. Me, I'm like, well.
I remember us having this very conversation.
You're fucking dead. You're fucking dead. It's over.
And I remember us going, oh, there's not enough storage. You know, hard drives aren't big enough, and all this bollocks.
It's over.
Well, a temporary response to the situation at the time.
It's over, right? You know,
It's
I
over.
I like change. I like moving on a dime. I love that stuff, and I just think, fuck it. If that's the way it's going, that's the way it's going. Doesn't bother me. You know, it was not like you're never going to capture it. Like my brother mentioned it on the show last week about Silent Hill 2, and he played it on a shitty like little 14-inch Toshiba TV, and so what? Like you've got a memory. Do you know what I mean? Like it's great. Like, but you're never going to do that again. Like it's over.
No.
It's finished.
It's over.
Like the heyday of, remember the heyday of 360 games, you know, where you put your headset on, you talk to strangers and everybody, you make friends and, you know, and all that sort of stuff. That's fucking gone. Like, because A, party chat come along, and B, like, everybody's fucking awful online, and C, the 360 isn't the dominant console online anymore. Every platform offers like a decent service online, whereas back then only the 360 did. So everybody went to it. So
yeah, do you know what I also remember about the 360 and when I realised things had to move on? Was when I played Mass Effect 2 and it came on 2 discs and you had to swap over. I'm like, fuck me, I'm going back to the Commodore Amiga. What is happening?
At Monkey Island, I mean, 11 floppy disks.
Hell. It's like swapped it. And it was like it because you had to swap back to disc 1 as well. I remember having to do that with Mass Effect 2 and I'm like, what the fuck?
The stupidest one was, I think it was Dead Space 2, right? And the moment that you have to swap the disc was like in an elevator. It was like, it wasn't like a...
That's right.
It wasn't like a decent moment. And then literally, as soon as you load it, like a fucking alien drops down and tries to kill it. So it's such a... Whereas in Mass Effect 2, I think they do it a little bit more sophisticated. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like an end of a chapter, and he's like, okay, now put in this 2 and all this. So, yeah, I don't know.
I remember everyone going, oh, you see, that's why Sony had Blu-ray, because you could have it all on one disc on Blu-ray. And now it don't give a shit, does it? Because it's all just downloaded to your hard drive. Job done.
I don't think I've even got a disc in my PS4. No.
Like, I mean, as a physical disc in it?
No. When I switched to my PS4, I don't think I've even put a disc in it.
You've never put a disc in it?
I don't think so.
That's funny.
Why do I need to put a disc in it?
Well, I mean, I still like, you know me,
because you're a tight ass.
I am a tight ass.
It's not because you're old-fashioned. It's because you're tight.
Tight.
Like, but like when there's a deal, like, when there's a digital deal, like, you're on it. You know, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, too right. No, I am. I know.
You just go to the smelly shop. The smelly shop's your friend.
Yeah, the smelly shop.
I'll tell you something about the smelly shop. That ain't gonna fucking last long.
No, you're right. I agree. I totally agree.
GameStop's gonna start selling comic books now.
Well, GameStop are clutching at straws. Let's be honest. I mean, all these game shops are clutching at straws.
Same boat.
It's over. It's over. We're all just going to end up like
Brick and mortar is the
Wall-E.
I think this discussion is over. Any more news?
Nah, it's all shit.
No,
the answer is no.
Whoa, that ruled.
That ruled.
Natural. Now, I need to ask you, Duke, because obviously I haven't listened to the end of last week's show. I've listened to quite a lot of it, but not to the end.
Yeah.
I know, I'm fucking awful, aren't I? Did you read any emails out or not? Because I wasn't...
Yeah, read them all out. Chinny went through the trouble of copying and pasting them in.
Ah, isn't he good? I was only checking before.
I was doing that in A&E.
He's great.
Oh, he's such a good lad.
Okay.
Yeah, and he had something up his butt.
He had something up his butt. Right, no worries then. Because Lewis said he didn't think his email was read out. So that's the only reason. He sent an email this week and said last week's wasn't read.
Maybe I didn't catch it till late. I don't know. I was in A&E. Well, what the fuck do you want?
Yeah.
I think they did read it. They did read Lewis's email out because Pete commented on it and said, oh, I've got a problem with Lewis. I've got beef with Lewis because he said he was a boring shit. So they did read Lewis's email out. Lewis is a fucking liar.
Because the question was, what's the worst game Stu has ever played? Does that ring any bell?
Yeah. They read that. They read that last week.
It's fine. All right. I'm only checking.
So you're a liar, Stu. Lewis is a liar.
Just checking.
Everybody's a liar.
Holy shit. Right. Anyway, here we go. Here's the first one from this week's batch of emails. It's from Sir David Elite.
All right.
Sir Dave Man Elite. Sir Dave Man Elite. Anyway, it says this. Hello.
Hello.
This email is mostly for Duke.
Oh, okay.
I heard him mention RimWorld again last show.
And
how it's
played it, but it's good.
Yeah, how it's too much or not on sale or some rubbish.
Yeah, it's never on sale.
I told you last email, just buy that shit. It's worth it.
Everybody says that.
Also, hey, you are a teacher. You probably have a big old fat stack of moldy American money just lying around like it ain't nothing.
Well, I do, but I need to save it for the apocalypse, which is coming quickly.
Yeah, like some kind of straight up baller in the MTV video or something. Hashtag secret life. Is this true? Is this true, Duke? Have you got stacks of cash just like around your house? Have you got a sofa made out of cash?
Yes, I have a sofa made out of cash.
There you go, stacks of cash. But in all honesty, I'm emailing this time because you mentioned the bands Dead Kennedys and 7 Seconds.
I don't know 7 Seconds, but I like Dead Kennedys.
Yeah. You seem to have a vast knowledge for many different kinds of music, it seems.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah, you have. I like that brings to the show. I like what he brings to the show. He likes what that brings to the show.
All right, I'm glad to hear it, buddy.
If Stu or Chinny didn't know the Dead Kennedys, you could have compared them to the British band Subhumans. All very important bands.
Don't know them either.
No, I don't. I know the Dead Kennedys. I've never heard of Subhumans, but
I
look
don't know any of this shit.
If you like the Dead Kennedys, dear emailer, you should check out a group called Lard, because it's maybe you already know them. It's Jello Biafra, the lead singer of the Dead Kennedys, with Al Jurgensen from Ministry, and it's awesome and it's loud and it's industrial and it's magnificent. You're welcome.
See if you can find the Subhumans. Let's have a listen to those. See if they do sound like the Dead Kennedys. While
we've always got to get a copyright strike on every show, haven't we? It's just
we do. Subhumans.
British band.
Yeah, Subhumans. I don't know.
Yep.
All very important bands. Anyways, thank you, VG, and keep up the good work.
Okay.
It sounded all right. Anyways, thank you, VG, and keep up the good work. Dave, man. So there you go. Thank you, Dave. It's very kind of you.
Dead Kennedys that a lot of people really like. Hang on. Play it. Oh, here we go.
Rick Wakeman, eat your heart out. Here we go.
What the bloody hell was that?
It was called Short Songs by the Dead Kennedys. And the lyrics are, I like short songs. Repeat
Brilliant.
that times.
Genius. Anyway, next email tonight is from Jason. And he's called it Niho. Anyway, he says this. Hey, Fowler. Judging from the footage, I say things got a bit weird and shit in Amsterdam. But hopefully you finally found yourself and enjoyed the rest of your holiday. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
You found yourself all right.
I found myself. Anyway, a few years ago, I think you had tried Neo when it was just in alpha or beta. I did, and it was too hard. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. Those builds were extremely masochistic, and they made me hold off on the purchase. After my excitement for the Ghost of Tsushima preview, I let the Her of Bosswave talk me into trying the final product that Neo had become. He had previously said it was really great, but I couldn't tell if he truly loved it due to his monotone praise and lack of any real enthusiasm. He says he likes it on that purpose. He's like that on purpose, lol. He's robotic at times and you've got to love him. Anyway, I wanted a samurai game. What I got was one of the best video games I have ever experienced. It was amazing. Wow, this is high praise there. If Ghost has any of you excited, maybe check out Neo. It's fucking legit. Also, another good one Mike should check out is Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun.
No,
it's
I've seen that. Fuck that. No.
Stealth strategy? No.
No.
No. Duke.
Yes.
Duke. Did you get any new wheels for that car soccer game?
No, I actually didn't buy the Jeep.
Yeah. He says the pink ones are cute.
Oh, no, actually, no, I'll tell a lie. I did recently buy the Wolverine car with a key on the black market. The actual black market, not Rocket League black market.
Oh my god, the black market. Oh, things have got serious.
Black market. When I say the black, I mean the Discord market. Like, there's a place you go, I'm looking for this. Someone says, I have one key, okay. And then you add them, and then you get it. So I have a new car for my Homer Simpson car. It still doesn't look like the Homer. They need to introduce the actual. You could easily do a Simpsons pack.
Well, they could if they got the licensing and paid lots of money for it.
They're doing right now is they're focusing on the Rocket Pass. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah. Anyway, it says the pink ones are cute.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm pissed at you right now, Duke. I'm pissed at you.
Why?
That's you. Because you nailed Derek Sign's voice when reading out an email, but you completely make a mess of mine. Unbelievable.
Sorry.
Also, I don't get like political on Facebook, but on Twitter I enjoy bothering you.
Good.
I wish we could just hold hands and sing "We Are the World," but you got a little too nice to Trump sometimes. What?
I'm a little too nice to Trump?
Apparently.
What are you talking about? I've never said anything nice about the man in my life.
Anyway,
Donald Trump standing on his Bentley yelling, "Pimps up, hoes down." No, hosed up, pimps down. Something. Anyway,
he says, "Gotta go. I'm almost done with this poo. It's coming home."
It's coming home.
It's coming home. Football's coming home.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you. I like he's getting into the swing of the England team beating and winning the World Cup.
I think he was talking about his turd coming home.
No, I think he was making a reference to. I think he's in it. Anyway, the last one tonight is off Lewis, and Louis says, "Hello, veterans."
Hello.
Hello.
All right. Right, I'll do his voice because I know where he's from now. I know where he's from. Here we go. All right, this week from hotel in Manchester Airport, and tomorrow I'm catching a flight to New York. I like America because it's similar to England in some ways, plus the food is good.
So it's not similar to England.
Yeah, I don't think you got my email last week, but I'm not too sure.
Sorry.
If not, it was just me going on about Rocket League for too much long time. Way too long. Since I'm travelling, I thought I'd bring the Switch and have a go at Fortnite on it. Now, I've never been a huge fan of Fortnite, but I do like Switch version. Mainly because I just got my first solo win in Battle Royale game.
Oh, congratulations, dude.
Yeah, just now, before I wrote this email. Telling you. It's pretty good, and the playground mode is great. The next 2 weeks' emails were quite short since I won't be playing much. Time for a big question, though. When do you think Battle Royale games will become forgotten? And what do you think the next craze in gaming will be? That's it from me now. Bye.
Bye. I think Battle Royale games have another 6 months in them.
If that.
After that, it'll be... I think it'll be a booger eating game where everyone eats boogers.
Eating game.
Yeah.
I like
it. My words.
Do you know what? If we knew what the next big thing was, we wouldn't need to do this show, and we could we don't need to do the show anyway because we don't make any money off it. But we wouldn't need to work or anything. We'd make loads of
true.
cash.
No, that's not even true. Because you could have an idea for a game. What are you going to do with it? You're not going to go, "Hey, dear EA, I got this idea."
Yeah, do Kickstarter, man, it's fine.
I can't just steal it. But if you fly me out to EA headquarters and you promise to pay me for it, then I'll tell you what it is.
There you go. And I'm sure they'll do all that shit. Yeah, Chinny. What do you think? Battle Royale games, will it be forgotten? How long?
I don't think No, I don't think it'll be forgotten anytime soon. The same way like zombies isn't forgotten. In fact, we're having a new wave of zombie games, which is weird. And a new wave of Left 4 Dead style zombie games, which is also weird. But anyway, I don't think the Battle Royale genres... It'll die down, but I don't think it's going to go away. I think
what will happen is like every other genre of game. It
just plateaus.
There'll be sort of PUBG and Fortnite and all the imitators and people who copy it or try and do something different will just kind of go by the wayside.
We've been podcasting for a while. We've seen this shit happen again and again.
Yeah,
so
we know what happens.
We know what happened. Look, when Call of Duty 4 came out, everybody wanted to be the new Call of Duty 4. Only a few survive, but they're still around and they're still good fun. So the thing is, what the fun that people get out of Fortnite and PUBG will still be fun in 10 years. Yeah, it will be. I've done this many times. I've played this before. There'll be new things coming along. But people will still be playing nice things. And to answer the other part of the question, if we knew what the next crazy game would be, we'd be fucking rich. So we won't know that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I said. But yeah, no, let's be honest about battle royale games and the likes of PUBG and Fortnite. Let's just look at Counter-Strike. That has been around a long, long time.
Yeah.
You know,
it just gets its fan base and people play that and. People don't play games like the way we play games. They don't, they don't move on every week or something like that. And again, Duke still plays Rocket League. He still plays Skyrim. He still plays Call of Duty. I still play Call of Duty now and again. They're still fun. Like the fun doesn't go away. It doesn't feel fresh. And I feel like battle royale games are still sort of, I suppose current. But in 2-3 years, they won't be fresh. They'll be different. I mean, there's already been car battle royale games and different twists on it and stuff like that.
Well, there's the one that put in the news. You never read it, but there's one in the news which is called Fear the Wolves, which is by the Stalker, or some of the Stalker team are making it. So it's kind of like you've got to worry about getting irradiated at the same time.
Yeah,
trying to survive.
Everybody will put their twist on it, but nothing will sort of surpass the main ones and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I probably will play PUBG for many years. Not I've gone off PUBG a bit, mainly because I'm playing The Witcher more than anything. But I just don't play it as much anymore. But
so what you're saying is because The Witcher's so good?
No. It's because I'm trying to finish it before I get married. That's why.
I know. So. And he did have a PS for you, Chinny. A special PS for you. And he went, Chinny, how do I get a caddy in Golf Story at Cheeky Beak Peak? If you can remember. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. I think this is the one where I got a bit stuck on. You've got to go to that woman's office. And it's a tricky one because in Golf Story there is there's an overworld, in Super Mario World where there's an overworld and then you go into the levels and stuff. There's an overworld and there's an office in the overworld. It's kind of in the middle of the overworld and I think it's Lorraine or something like that. And you go in there and I think you might have to play a game or something to get a caddy, but the caddy's in there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so look for Lorraine's office in the overworld. That will get you there.
There you go. Well, thank you, Lewis, as always, and thank you to everyone else who's emailed in this week. We do appreciate every email that we get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think we've got a speak pipe tonight. I mean, there's one
Speak pipe!
It's the way to leave a message for us.
This speak pipe is from Derek Sainz. It's 1 minute and 30 seconds, but probably 20 seconds on either side of the actual speak pipe will be music that he's holding his phone up to the TV. So let's take a listen. Hey, I was right.
I like smooth.
Yeah.
Hey Veteran Gamers, it's Derek Sainz back again, and I've just finished listening to last week's episode, which I'm calling The Veteran Gamer, which had Duke and special guests Antonio and Pete Chin.
I don't need you to recap it, I was there. Get to your question. Just kidding.
Who people are now calling The Real Chinny.
That's right.
And I was just thinking that it may not be too long before all three of you are missing for an episode, and you could get Chinny, or should I say Pete, Antonio, and maybe Rob from the Boss Wave in, and you could call the episode, I Can't Believe It's Not the Real Veteran Gamers.
That could be good. I like it.
But I've got a couple of questions for you, and the first one, I think I may have asked you before a long time ago in an email, but I'll ask it again anyway. You may have changed your answers. And the first one is, if you could host or guest on any podcast, which podcast would it be? And do you think there's a gap in the market for a podcast about a subject that you're interested in, but maybe not many other people are? Maybe a little niche subject, and that's ripe for exploitation? Or do you think basically every subject's already been covered by podcasts? And I think that's probably it. So I'll just say, keep on gaming.
There you go.
Nice musical interlude. Yeah, so if I could guest host, I assume he means guest. I guess, well, no, he said guest. I would want to be on Fresh Air because I really like Terry Gross. I think she's a good interviewer. And yeah, someday when I get a book published by a famous publisher, maybe that'll happen. Who knows? As for a podcast about something that's kind of niche, I don't know. I think everything that I'm interested in, there are podcasts about it. So for me, the answer is no.
There you go. There you go. Chinny, what about you? Where would you like to guest on?
I would like to guest on the Big Dick podcast.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that podcast existed.
Yeah, they haven't emailed me.
All day?
Yeah, basically.
Sounds like a podcast. What is
yeah,
this?
Yeah.
I can't find pants that fit. Me neither.
I've said to him, like, I said to him, like, you know, anytime you want me on, just let me know. And they never get back to me. It's really weird. I don't know. Maybe.
Had Stu on, and they were like, "So, tell us about your big dick." And he went,
"I've got a giant dick.
I have a pizza oven." And then, oh Christ,
I got a pizza oven balanced on my dick.
And as for the other one, well, the thing is, if you approach anything now in the way things are now, everything you've done has been done, right? Like it's like it feels like that, doesn't it? Like every like video you think of, every story you write, every fucking song you create, it feels like, oh, this is fucking done, right? So I try not to think like that. I just think, hey, if I want to do something, I'll just do it, because and sometimes I'm not even interested if somebody else has done it. I don't even care, because they'll never make it the same way I will. They'll probably make it better. But my point is, like, if you just worry about, oh my god, there's other things like this, you know, when we started this gaming podcast, there wasn't too many British gaming podcasts, but if I was starting a gaming podcast now, it wouldn't discourage me that much to start one now, because it's all about what you add to it. Like you know, it's about who you are and people buying into you. It's all about people liking you and buying into what you've got to offer. So I don't know, it doesn't really bother me if there is a like a category of podcasts that, oh yeah.
I finished my first novel in college, and my professor read it, and he was like, "Oh, it was very interesting. It reminded me a lot of Philip Jose Farmer's Riverworld." And I was like, "What's that?" He's like, "You should check it out." I went and read it, and I was like, "Son of a bitch!
Yeah.
This is exactly the same as my fucking book." But it was a good thing, because it let me think, okay, how am I going to make mine slightly different, make it my own, you know, not change it necessarily, but, you know, improve it, so that I'm building off of the ideas that he laid down and putting something kind of additional into mine.
There's this theory about, like, where people get the same ideas at the same time. I forgot what it's called. But basically, like, the invention of the inventions happen roughly about the same time. Like, I think the invention of the telephone, somebody else was working on it. I know Graham Bell didn't quite invent it, but I'm talking about somebody else was working on the telephone. Sure. You know, because the same people get influenced by the same things, and then they get influenced by and they've got the same technology available to them. So, like, you know, and it's the same reason why weird things happen, like when Armageddon came out, Deep Impact came out, and it's like two films about meteors hitting the Earth came out roughly about the same time. It's because, like, at the time, alien films were big, like, things from space was in people's minds, but it's like, oh, what else could come from space that isn't aliens? Oh, I know, a big fucking rock, right? So it's like people just get these ideas roughly about the same time. So it doesn't really, I don't really give a fuck about. Say if Derek wants to start a podcast and he thinks, like, you know, what subject could I just do? Whatever the fuck you want. Just do something that you want to do for yourself, that you find interesting, and if people like it, brilliant. But if they don't, then you probably don't fucking want to know them people anyway. Fuck them.
There you go. You bloody tell them. Well, interestingly, I was going to say, because I was going to take the piss and go, I'm going to do a podcast about geocaching. But there is one already.
Yeah, of course there is.
2008 it
there is.
started.
Same year as us.
532 episodes.
Yeah.
And they do an hour every show, an
Hey,
hour show on geocaching.
Name a subject. I've got my podcast app up there. Let's name a topic that we know nothing about. Let's see if there's a podcast about it.
There's a podcast about
I know plenty about it, but I don't know if there's a podcast about cross stitching.
Oh, of course, there is millions of those.
Cross stitching.
This is great radio. You're welcome.
It is. Right.
Nothing came up. There you go.
The game.
There probably is a cross stitching one. Let me look. Cross. You can. Well, the thing is, I mean, podcast is one thing, but you know for a fact, there's fucking YouTube videos about everything. Right.
There we go. The Stitch podcast.
There you
Hannah
go.
makes.
It's all there. Everybody's done it. Everybody's done everything for you. That's the problem with net.
I've just put decking, and no one's done a podcast about decking.
I don't believe you.
Well, not. But that's the thing. The podcast app will search for podcasts called that. But
yeah, there is one. It's called Pure Decking Podcast. You know, like everybody's done everything. That's the problem with 2018. Everybody's already done it.
Original ideas. You don't worry about having original ideas. You care about what you're passionate about. You think about what is important to you, and then you go with that.
Then you just go in that direction and find. And like the best thing to do is to copy who you like, right, for a while, and then after a while you'll put your own. When you get a bit of confidence, you'll put your own spin on it, and put your own voice on it. So just see something you got. You know, I fucking love the way this person does this, right? I'm going to imitate that until I work out how they do it, and then put my own thing on it. So that's it. That's I wouldn't. I think Derek should be doing a podcast. He's far too talented to be sending us fucking speak pipes. He's way better than that.
Yeah, do a podcast. Have a go.
Derek, the podcast.
Do it, yeah, Derek.
The podcast.
Derek, the podcast. I like it.
I don't know what he'd talk about, but yeah, you know, look, Phil Thee did his podcast, Virtual Pizza, brilliant. You know, and it was a great podcast. And,
it was sporadic, but it was good.
Well, that's the point. It was a pizza. Like, you can just chuck anything in it, you know, bits and bobs, and it.
Well, he used to do a lot more telly, movies, and all that kind of stuff, didn't he?
Yeah, well, it's hard work. That's why ours is not, you know, this polished production.
We don't go for necessarily. We just go for.
What do you mean not polished?
Every week.
It's not polished. It's a raw audio form.
Polished.
We just spent 5 minutes looking up podcasts on the show.
It's like shiny gold. It is shiny gold. Right.
Are we ready for shout-outs?
I think we are.
I'm ready for bed.
Time. Shout out! Hey!
So let's do shout-outs and we can get the hell out of here.
I want to shout out. I want to shout out.
The Thai children who are stuck in that cave. I can't imagine. You know what I keep thinking about?
The stupid teacher.
No, shut up. I keep thinking about where are they pooping? I can't stop thinking about where are they pooping. Like, what? Those poor kids. There's a lot of trauma that they're going through, but especially, like, damn, either they're pooping into the water, which is creeping up, or they're pooping in the corner, and it's like, stay away from the poop corner.
Now, I hate to break this to you, Duke, but those kids have probably not eaten hardly anything for 2 weeks, and if you don't eat anything, you don't do much poop.
That's not the point. The point...
There's not much poop comes out when you don't eat anything.
They're starting to get them out. I think that's awesome and beautiful, and I like to give a shout out to all the brave people who are trying to help them escape, and the guy who died, and also Antonio, because we're going to play some Rocket League before too much longer. And I'll shout out the Duchess, because she's great, and we just had our anniversary. What?
So how many years?
11 years, baby.
Ugh, lightweight.
Better.
Lightweight.
What a shock! You're making it about you. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Take it away from him again.
25 years.
He's got something nice that
25.
He's got something nice to say, and you take it away from him. Remember my first solo chicken dinner that you took away? Yeah.
Took it away. I took it away. No, congratulations, Duke, man. That's good. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. A lot of people that barely make it past one, so you know. Yeah, I'll be fine. It's good. Good. 11 years, jeez.
There's 54 days before I start that train.
I know, yeah. Before you're like, oh, get past the first year. Well, I'm just going to shout out Antonio, obviously, and obviously your brother Pete for filling in last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll give you guys shouts out for doing all of that hard work with and having to put up with Duke for an hour or so. You know what I mean? Because that's.
I mean, I loved having Pete on. Obviously, Antonio had to do it on a moment's notice because it was like touch and go for a while, and he was at the gym. He didn't even know what was going on. That's why we started a little late for those who were tuning in live, and he just came running home and like, okay, I'm here. Like, I got to be honest. First of all, if I'm at the gym. Like, I've been abducted by aliens and replaced by somebody else. But let's just assume for some reason I am at the gym. I had a lobotomy, and now I go to the gym. If I'm coming home from the gym, I am not going to put on my headset and sit and talk video games for 2.5 hours. I'm like, fuck you. I'm going to go sit and watch TV or something.
Antonio's a pro.
So Antonio's hardcore. I appreciate that.
I come back from the gym and play The Witcher 3 for 2 hours. I've done that.
To be fair, that's so okay, yeah.
I'm also going to shout out Chinny for making sure the show was published promptly and on time. You know, because
in my defence, you never told me that I had to publish it.
You knew I was on holiday. What do you
I didn't know how long you was on holiday for. I didn't know how long you was on holiday
for. Go for less than a week.
Yeah, but sometimes you have weekend breaks.
Not to Italy.
Yeah, I got a fucking leg to stand on. If you haven't told me shit.
And it doesn't matter anyway. Like, there's people ripping their hair out. Go, where's the show?
I know, but he goes on about having to publish it early and then publishes it even later.
If I'd have known it was my responsibility, I'd have published it fucking that night.
Jesus.
The only way I knew was because Pete was pulling his hair out. He said, the first podcast I'm on. No, don't fucking publish it.
Brilliant.
He was so cute. He was like, I'm really nervous of it. It's like,
I know he was. The people are, it's weird because we don't really think about any of that bollocks anymore. But people who come on think about that.
I vomit before every show.
Sure you do.
I'm always
vomiting before the show.
Only because I know I'm going to talk to Stu.
Yeah. How rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it for me. And obviously, shout out my wife for nearly drowning on holiday because it did amuse me.
Mega lols.
Anyway, Ginny?
I think my brother did well. Didn't he do well?
He did. You know, at points I thought I was listening to you, and it was a bit weird.
Back off.
I'll be honest. I had trouble telling him apart from Antonio at certain moments.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. It just felt like they kind of blended a little.
No.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew?
But no, I think my brother did well. It's weird hearing my brother on the show. It is really strange because.
Well, that would be awesome if we had my brother on the show. Stu, do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have a brother who I've not seen for about 4 years. Does that count?
The real Chinny, man. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know what they'd talk about, but yeah, it was weird.
Our brothers are fucking weird, huh? Yeah.
It was weird
fucking weird.
It was weird to have my brother on. I have to say, it was fun. I enjoyed listening to him. And
thanks, Pete. And come back.
He said that I was a fucking Halo fanboy. I'm not that much of a Halo fanboy. I don't know where he got that from.
No, it is true. I remember you being a proper Halo fanboy.
Like I liked the old trilogy 1, 2, and 3, and I liked Reach.
You got really into Halo Wars.
And I got really into Halo Wars, but I don't get into like the lore of it. Like the fact that they're making a TV show. Like I've never watched any of the live action shit. Like it's boring. Like I find the lore pretty boring of Halo. I like the gameplay of it, but I find the story of it just really dumb. And when I played Halo 4, I was like, I don't even know what the fuck is going on. They've made this really stupid. So. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
Cool.
That's it. Done.
Done.
Won't you? Won't you? Won't you? Why don't you? Why don't you just don't make me break my foot off in your ass! Instead, sitting at home, watch TV, turning up attention to me. I like the beats and shouting.
Why do you always do this?
Why do you always not shut up?
Oof, brilliant. There you go. I am going to make a concerted effort. What? Hey, sorry, what?
Another week in the bin. I need to jack up my mic levels next week. I'm sick of having to yell all the time.
Yeah.
I know, you need to yell.
I think it's a Skype issue there.
It is a Skype issue.
If only somebody could suggest a way of doing this with some other software.
They can't because they don't fucking work.
We tried Discord. We tried Discord.
Try Discord?
Yeah, we tried Discord.
Yeah, we did try it. Remember, we tried it for an episode because like I was the one bigging it up and going, we've got to try Discord. And to be fair to Stu, he said, yeah, no problem. We tried it for 10 minutes, and we was like, there is clearly like a problem here, so we had to go back.
Yeah, there is.
But there is another service called.
Look, if you've got one that works.
There's another one that's called, I think it's called Zoom or something like that, and it's that's getting some popularity now. So yeah, it is annoying that like I can't hear Eric sometimes. I have to say, because I hear like you talk, Eric, but then you get it's like Skype takes Stu priority over you.
Well, that's also because I have the mic turned down kind of low. Because I know that when I shout, especially on my end when I'm recording it, I sound fine on my end. So people who listen to the podcast as a recording probably think
you.
I wish Duke weren't so loud. So if I turn the volume up, you would have less trouble hearing me when all of us are trying to talk at once. But then I would be louder on the recording.
It doesn't matter because I levelate it, so that makes no odds on the final.
Turn it way up!
You can turn it up as loud as you like. Because when I levelate it, it just levels everybody's anyway, so it makes no odds.
In other news, toward the end of the month, I'm going to be gone. I'm visiting my folks in Florida.
Woohoo!
So we'll talk about that next week. But you're going to need to find some alternative people to host.
That's okay. We can do that. We've done a lot of that this year, more than any other year, I think.
It's like we never are able to get together.
I know.
We'll settle down. I'm thinking about doing a bit more of a production for Extra Life this year, by the way.
All right, okay.
So, like, I'm thinking about, like, moving the PC downstairs in the living room. Because the problem with this room that I'm in now is, like, it's a small little box room, basically. So
you should put a screen behind you and then just have constantly different things on the green screen.
Yeah,
that would be
funny. But like, you're basically just moving stuff downstairs, having like a base there. I think my brother's going to do it with me this year. But as people come round and have a bit of a party, they can sit with me a bit easier, and you can see more of the party. I might have like 2 cameras set up and stuff like that.
Can you actually get access to green screen stuff? Have you got any of that sort?
Yeah, we got a pop.
All you really need is mean piece of cloth, and then like...
No, I was just thinking he could have himself in Mario Land or something while he's doing it. That'd be hilarious.
No, I won't be doing that. No. we got a pop-up green screen at work. It's really easy. You just you open it and it just pops up. Like one of those pop-up tents.
Yeah.
I could bring that in, but like I have no need for it. A lot of streamers do it because it saves space on the screen, but I don't care about that, to be honest.
No.
And now I can eat this coffee after dinner candy that I got at the Italian restaurant last night.
Oh, very nice.
I can also hit stop on the recording.
Yay!
Stop.
Done.
Yeah.